Welcome, everybody, to episode number 229 of Some Shit We Like. And as you can see, the cock of this podcast has grown 2 full inches because we are joined today by myself, who's returning, and a Mr. Ryan O'Leary. And holding it down for us until we could become fully erect has been Mike and Rick.
So, I mentioned this in the post, Ryan. I'm going to break it to you now. We're adopting you. We're officially adopting you. So,
Pretty much.
How does it affect my relationship with my son, Daniel?
Oh, well,
Daniel Herman.
we will take him on as our grandchild.
You can have visiting privileges,
Yeah.
but you're not going home.
Yeah.
Ever.
We're taking you and everything, and all the baggage that comes with you, Dan included.
And I got excited, guys,
Wow.
and I already drank, so here we go.
Cheers.
Rick's drinking too. What the?
To Ryan being here and to me being back.
That is true. I'm drinking because all 2 of you are drinking, so I decided.
Peer pressure.
Here we go.
I followed Mike's lead, so
I'm just looking forward to seeing you be fucked up by the time that's
By
done.
the time I'm here,
This
I'll
is
be a
low
little bit
ABV.
more-
This
yeah.
is not
If
even
it was a
5.
higher ABV,
Oh, is it?
yeah,
Oh,
you'll be
yeah,
okay.
Nothing.
So that means you gotta
we
have
got
2,
2
3.
at least.
Yeah. I'm going to have at least 2.
So
I've seen GFB, by the way. I just haven't grabbed it yet.
Oh, I haven't. I look for it everywhere I go, and I
I've
can't
seen
find
it.
it. I don't go to very many places. I go to
Yeah.
the 5 stores that are by my house, and that's it.
I think Total Wine is where I saw it.
Okay.
And then I think I was in a Whole Foods, and they always have beer.
Very cool. So, Ryan, what are you doing around these parts, sir?
Moving here so I could fall short of my dreams of making movies and television.
Awesome.
Get really close to it so it can be much more disappointing when it
Okay.
doesn't come together.
We'll be there to prop you up when you
Yeah,
fail.
we'll be there to pick up the pieces. I mean, we're legally obligated
A
to
lot
now.
of pieces.
yeah. How about we get into the show then?
Sure.
What?
The show that we are here
Oh.
to do.
There's a script for this?
Sort of.
I don't remember how to podcast.
I don't remember either.
Is this beer some shit you like? That's how the podcast goes, right?
Oh yeah, we gotta talk about the beer.
Yeah, it's definitely beer. It's light.
Have we had this on the show before?
I think so.
I feel like
Probably.
we have. Especially
Yeah.
with.
Kona Brewing Company, Big Wave. It's a real light, easy drinking beer. It's got a good taste.
Yeah. It's a golden ale.
Yeah.
Actually, it's liquid aloha, in case you didn't know.
Liquid Aloha.
I mean, I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I just want to get up and hula.
Rick's feeling it already.
No, yeah.
It's funny, Rick.
It's not that strong.
Rick gives the illusion like he's taking the biggest drinks ever, but look where his bottle's.
I don't know. Rick does the drink and then he inspects the bottle. Did that just go in my mouth?
It's funny. That's what she said.
Yeah. Yeah. That is what she said. All right, Rick, first story
First story of the
that I know
day.
you and I are excited about.
Yes, we are. And that the story is The Conjuring 2 spin-off for The Nun.
The Nun. And The Nun was in The Conjuring 2.
Was
For
The
anyone
Conjuring
who's
2,
seen
yeah.
it, and was a creepy looking nun.
That,
And we were excited about this when we saw them. I'm like, oh, that's really fucking cool.
That
I'm
was
gonna
the
build.
first thing you guys said when you reviewed the movie on
Yeah,
the show.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't wait for. I think Rick even said, "Oh, I can't wait for them to do a spin-off of this thing."
And I was like, I hope they do that. And they're doing it. And now what's cool is Vera Farmiga's sister is going to be a lead, or the lead in the movie, Thaisa Farmiga.
yeah.
So that should be very interesting, to say the least. And I think that's cool.
Family acting against each other.
Yeah. Plus,
Who would've thought?
I think she's a good actress. I mean, I've watched her in American Horror Story.
Yeah, well, she's been in
seen
all
her?
of them, right?
No, she's been in Murder House, and then... then she was...
Oh,
then
the
you
Coven.
saw the one that you like, Coven. That's when
Yeah,
you saw the
that
whole
was
thing.
my
of.
favorite.
Then she makes a cameo in the most
This is
recent
what you
season.
and I are doing is usually what Rick does with Bryce when I start talking about video games.
Yeah.
And then she was what was that movie? The Final Girls.
Yeah, she was in the
We
final.
watched
Girls.
that. So
Oh, was that one of those? No, that wasn't a
That
depressed
was it.
fest.
No, that was like
No.
Yeah, that's right.
it was like a scary movie. I take on it. So yeah,
You told me I should watch that. I never did. The Final Girls.
yeah,
It's
it was
good.
cool.
Who's
It's
in that?
what's her name?
Yes.
Or
Bunch of
there's
people.
a
Yeah.
bunch of people
Okay,
in that
okay.
one. And the guy from Silicon Valley is in it too, right?
I
forgot
haven't
his name.
seen it.
Tom
Middleditch?
Middleditch.
Tommy.
Wasn't he in it?
Tommy
In,
Middleditch.
was he?
Final Girls? I think it
I don't
was.
remember. Maybe.
Pretty sure it was.
So yeah, Thais is going to be in this, and then Damien Beecher. I don't know how you say his name.
Whoa.
I'm sorry.
Language, Bryce.
So the plot details are still scarce as the article says, but Beecher is going to play a priest who goes to Rome to look into the death of a nun, and I think that actually already sounds really awesome.
And the story is a prequel from James Wan, who co-wrote with Gary...
For Annabelle.
Gary
Doberman?
Yeah.
Doberman?
Why are you not going to say Doberman? Jeez.
I'm terrible at pronouncing things. Terrible. Yeah,
you gotta learn from Bryce, whether you know it or not. Just fucking power through it.
Yeah.
Just power through it, and just say it like it's a fucking fact.
Yeah.
So it's cool because like this article says, like the nun was literally like a last minute addition to The Conjuring 2, and now a whole movie is going to be built around the nun.
So this is going to be the one movie that's not based on anything from the Warrens.
That's
technically right.
I guess
it was just added.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess technically that is true. So that should be interesting. Well,
that means like
really so far all the spin-offs are the haven't really been direct. Like the Warrens, like Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga haven't been in those movies.
Right.
But I guess Annabelle is still loosely tied to the Warrens anyway. But yeah, that's a good point. So we'll have to see what they come up with.
All that podcast.
So they kind of got like free range here. With the nun. They can do all kinds of crazy, scary
I mean,
shit.
let me see.
So does that freak you out at all? Like
if I think it'll still be good?
Right, because now it's like, well, here we have this kind of card to do whatever we want. Let's go crazy and not necessarily because like they're following a story in The Conjuring.
Yeah, I feel like, and I'll speak for Rick too, and he can tell me if I'm wrong. But I feel like they've filled both of us up with enough confidence to where.
Oh, for sure.
I'm okay. Like I think I'm okay. Like I think they won't fuck it up.
Yeah,
so, but we'll see. We'll find out.
Yeah,
I have faith.
Yeah. I like movies.
You make movies.
Yeah.
Backseat.
I heard that in the theater, by the way.
I did
pretty
too.
good. It's a good one.
So that's something that we're definitely excited about. And
Very
The Nun
cool.
opens in theaters July 13th.
I still haven't seen any of these
Next
fucking
year.
movies.
You should.
I saw the first one and thought it was okay and didn't really feel like watching more. I've heard the second one's very good. But
Second one's just
We've liked I think, The Conjuring 2, and Annabelle was.
horror is
really good too.
a genre for me that it's not that it's hard for a horror movie to connect with me usually. Like I'll have one or two a year.
I mean, that's
Like, it
better than
follows.
some genres. 1 or 2 a year is better than some genres do.
But I'll still get suckered into seeing like a bunch of them and just be like, why am I doing this to myself?
I've just always liked that genre, so I watched pretty much everything, good or bad.
He just pulled me into it because I'm not a horror person at
You're
all.
scaredy.
He's a big
Big
scaredy cat.
scaredy.
So
Yeah.
scary.
So, next story.
Yeah.
Next story is M. Night Shyamalan Unbreakable.
Who's that?
Unbreakable sequel titled Glass.
Have you guys? I want to say, have you guys seen Split?
Yes.
I have
Yes.
not seen it yet.
Because like I feel like this is a kind of hard thing to talk about M. Night's trajectory, I guess, in certain ways. But I guess I'll stop talking now because I guess it would be easier to dance around. Now that Mike hasn't.
I mean, Mike is a big fan. I don't.
So,
I just haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. You should.
Okay.
That's
I mean,
all I'm gonna say.
I love all his early works. In fact, I even like some of his movies that people hate.
Yeah, I'll say that as someone who's fairly indifferent, occasionally liking M. Night, I thought his last two movies were pretty good, counting Split and The Visit. Visit was pretty wacky in a good way.
That either yet.
But you should really see Split.
Oh, I plan to.
That's all I'm gonna say.
It's playing at so there's a dollar theater in La Mirada.
Yeah,
you
should
should
do
go
it
to
because then I think you can have a better conversation about M. Night's career.
You should really see
It's
The
big
Visit.
enough, right?
You've pretty much seen everything up to those movies, right? Lady in the Water, you saw? No.
I've seen bits and
Mike.
pieces Lady in the Water, and that just didn't connect with me at all.
What was the other one? The Happening.
I love
Happening,
that
The
movie.
Village,
The Village.
That
Yeah.
should have happening.
Airbender.
I've seen all of them except Airbender
Not Airbender.
and Unbreakable,
You haven't seen
which
Unbreakable?
everyone
Haven't
kills
seen
me.
it.
for that.
It's been a long time
I
since I've
can't
seen
believe you
Unbreakable.
haven't seen Unbreakable,
Yeah.
man.
My
God,
first
it's so
exposure
good.
to him was Signs, and that's all I've seen. Signs on forward.
Unbreakable's so good.
I'll watch Unbreakable.
You've
I have
seen
to.
The Sixth Sense?
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I saw that too. I forgot.
Yeah,
about
you
Sixth
better.
Sense.
Did you see Stuart Little?
I apologize.
He wrote Stuart Little.
I didn't.
Did he
see
really?
Stuart Little.
Yeah.
Holy shit! I've actually seen it. I didn't know he wrote it.
I think Ryan's good on the fact checking because he's dropping
I could be
fucking
very
knowledge bombs
incorrect
right now.
though, but I'll just keep going. No, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he wrote Stuart Little. He also wrote. I might be wrong about. Fuck, never mind.
The Devil.
Yeah, well, yeah, but there is. Okay, I was
Dude,
getting him confused with J.J.
I think he just
Abrams.
directed
He just
it,
produced.
right?
No, he didn't. He
No, he
produced
produced
that.
it.
He produced
Yeah.
it. He might have had like a story by.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
That's the elevator movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was alright.
Spooky elevator.
Elevators are spooky in general.
But
That's a hell of a place to set a horror movie because
Yeah.
fucking elevators are the worst.
I think any horror movie set in like a small area is
Yeah.
kind of
There's-
a cool idea.
One building in Orange County that actually has a 13th floor. Just one in the entire Orange County.
That's actually called the 13th
It's the
floor.
13th floor. I took pictures and put it on Instagram.
What are you
And,
working there?
you
Yeah.
get a lot of
And it's
likes.
scary.
It's the only building in Orange County, or it's the only
From
one
what
you
I was
know
told.
of?
That's the
What
only.
you're told.
It's only because
From what I
he
was told.
hashtags his
Which
nuts
was,
off
which,
in
but
his
to be
Instagram
fair too, that I
posts.
take it for word because it's an architecture company.
Okay.
They do a lot of stuff. in
Well, let's just put
Orange County.
allegedly. That's the only
Allegedly.
one. I hate
Fact
absolutes. Yeah, fact check.
Fact check.
Don't
No,
fact
you're
check
good,
that.
you're good.
Fine.
Orange County, 13th floor.
So I just on the surface, a sequel to Unbreakable is fucking awesome. That's awesome because I love that movie. That is such a good movie.
So yeah, Bruce Willis will return as David Dunn, and Samuel L. Jackson will return too. I thought he died in Unbreakable.
No,
Spoiler.
Yeah,
And that's an old movie.
yeah, but we just established that I haven't seen it.
Yeah. How do you guys feel about these sequels coming out for movies like from 20 or so years? Like I saw Trainspotting 2 a few weeks ago and it was really good.
you liked it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Still haven't seen it.
The theater I saw
I
it
haven't seen
in
the first
played it in the wrong aspect ratio though.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it was played. It was a movie shot in 16 by 9, and they had it matted to scope. So it was just like I didn't realize for like an hour or so. Cause I'm like, oh, Danny Boyle's really being weird with like cutting off people's foreheads. It's like, oh wait, they projected this incorrectly.
Fuck.
With my like 89-year-old grandmother, I don't really feel like complaining.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but still,
I know you are about that
Strong.
stuff because I'm the same way with super fast refresh rates on televisions
Rick's
and
TV basically.
any TV now,
Rick's
unless you
sports
turn
choice
on
and
film mode.
settings.
To answer your question, though, I think it depends on the sequel.
Yeah.
I mean, something like this, it seems like Shyamalan's kind of been building towards from what I've read. So, I mean, this I don't take issue on. Something I take issue on recently, and I know Mike agrees with me, is The Great Outdoors 2, apparent, or a remake is happening with Kevin Hart.
I heard
And I know
about
it's not a
that.
sequel, it's a remake, and that fucking...
What's your problem with Kevin Hart?
It's
It's
just-
not
it's
Kevin
got
Hart.
nothing to
It
do with
has
Kevin
nothing
Hart.
to do with Kevin Hart.
It just has to do with...
I
like,
love Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
I think that dude is genuinely funny.
It's just that movie doesn't need to
And-
be remade.
Yeah, come on.
And they're
Come
not, and it's just not
on.
gonna work. I'm
No.
sorry. That movie
But
was John
what's
Candy
great-
and Dan Aykroyd, and that's it. Like,
My favorite thing about remakes, reboots, sequels, book adaptations, etc., you cannot see them. So
Yeah.
I guess
right,
Exact-
and that's true. And
You
I
know
won't.
what?
And
You're
you're
100%
right.
right.
And I won't
will-
see it, but
start-
it irritates me it's being made. That's
Yeah.
all. It just
Mhm.
irritates me it's even being done.
Rick got all
And Rick
sexy
hasn't
there.
seen that movie
Yeah.
yet either.
I haven't seen it either.
You haven't seen The Great Outdoors? Oh, no.
And that's a movie he needs to see. And it was on Netflix for a while too, but I think it's off.
That's so we talk about these kinds of movies all the time, especially Bryce and I. But that's one of those movies that there could be an hour and 28 minutes left or 28 seconds left, and I will sit down and no matter where I
Yeah.
catch it, if it's on and I catch it, I watch it. It's so good.
It's a
man.
fucking great movie. I mean, I can I'm not gonna spoil it, but like my brother damn near choked with the bear at the end when we watched that for the first time. Like I was really young, and like I have good memories with that movie.
Yeah, like that and Summer
Just all
Rental.
of it,
Summer
yeah.
Rental, so
Yeah.
good too. Like
You've seen The Great Outdoors, obviously, right?
no,
You
I'm
haven't.
saying no.
Okay, so that's why Ryan, it's a movie you watch and then you'll get why it's
Yeah.
got nothing to do with Kevin Hart. It doesn't need to be made.
It's not even like, and I'm sure Bryce is the same way because we've talked about this before. So, like he was speaking for Rick earlier, I'll speak for Bryce, and it has nothing to do with this stupid bullshit. Oh, it's gonna ruin my childhood. No,
No.
that's not the point. Like, The point is, sometimes things don't need to be redone. It just doesn't need to happen. And a lot of the remakes that have been coming out don't need to be done.
Yeah.
There's no reason for them other than, well, we don't want to do a sequel, so let's just use this name and trade off of that and hope we can make our money back. I can't stand it. I just can't stand it.
Like, I can't believe there's gonna be a bummy.
So yeah, I was gonna. Okay, well, let me to what Mike said to add real quick, because then I was gonna bring that up too. I just think they can't like. It's impossible to remake this movie. Like they won't.
Call it something else.
There was magic in like. It's something that they can't recreate. Like, that's why I have issue with it. Like, it's just not going to be recreated, period.
Call it something else.
But The Mummy. So, yeah, like, that's a remake of, like, are we talking,
Brendan
like, the Brendan Fraser? Like, fuck. I mean, wasn't that a remake at the time?
Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like that.
I feel like it was.
I think it's within the Universal
Okay.
Monsters, whatever.
Oh, The Mummy. Okay.
God. And I don't know.
Did you see the trailer that they released by mistake? That like it had like the it had temp sound effects in it and not like
Oh
the
shit!
score.
Really?
They really
No
fucked
way.
up and sent like the wrong one. Yeah.
Yeah.
You should probably look that up and watch it because it's pretty amusing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just not a fan of the whole remake thing that's going on right now.
You
It
gotta,
really
as
bums
much
me
as you
out.
want to blame the studios, though, it's just fucking people see them every time. Like it's
Yeah,
pretty
I know,
much
I
the
know,
only way
I
you
know.
can guarantee to like make a profit on a big movie, until people start wising up. Like,
Yeah.
It's just weird. They're really going into the well, though. Not to say that it wasn't successful at the time, but like The Great Outdoors, like they're gonna like. I get
It's
certain
considered
movies.
like a classic, right?
Yeah, I mean, I think it is, but I mean, I don't know how many people really know about that movie. Like, I'm sure people. I'm not saying it was underground at all, but
No.
it's like when they start remaking movies like that. I mean, what's next? They're gonna remake Real Genius with fucking like whoever.
That would be.
And like that's another one that's just like, how do you
Well,
do
also
that?
think about. I know sometimes too the way things happen now when studios have general meetings with writers and directors, they'll know what titles are within like their library that they have the rights to, and it's like basically because I know myself as like a filmmaker with nothing going for them. If you could find anything that you have like a pitch for that they own, they're gonna be way more likely to make that than like your hemorrhoid movie or something. Like it's just. It's like an unfortunate thing. And
I 100% get that, and it sucks.
Yeah,
but
It does suck.
at the same time, man, like I can't stand that these movies get seen. Like it bums me out. And I'm sure there's some good ones out there, but again, I'm one of those people that votes with their
the
dollars.
Lego movie that wasn't supposed to be good by any standards.
That was really good.
That was amazing.
But
Yeah.
what's that remaking? I mean,
It's
they
not, it's
just-
not a remake, so I
It's
guess it
just
has
taking a
that.
piss.
But
Yeah.
like people were still taking the piss out of it, like they're making a movie, and it's like, well, those guys kind of with Jump Street, but also Jump Street wasn't exact. Anyway,
Yeah.
It was alright.
well, I think the movie's
So
great. What, you want to fight?
the first time I saw 21 Jump Street, I was like, all right, that was funny. But the more and more I come across it now, I'm like, God, this is the worst. This is the fucking worst. It just because it didn't need to be called that. Because on its own, like those two guys stand on their own. And that movie, not called 21 Jump Street, stands on its own and is funny and good. But it just every time I see that title, I'm like, oh, fuck you. Fuck off.
Yeah. And I mean, like what just came out recently? Fucking Chips.
Yeah.
And maybe some of these movies, like what Ryan's saying, like maybe they're making their money, but maybe like some of them have to just be barely making their money because I feel like some of the stuff, and I'm not even someone that's going to claim that I'm some sort of movie, guru or anything or know what I'm talking about, but some of the stuff I feel like I could look at and be like, that's not going to be good. Like that's not even going to do well.
Yeah.
You know who
And it
wrote and
didn't.
directed the Chips remake?
Dax Shepard,
Yeah,
right?
Dax Shepard, Mr. Veronica Mars.
Yeah.
And that's sad because I like Dax Shepard. And like I want to see that movie, but I'm not gonna see it because
I always thought
It
I didn't
looked
like
terrible.
Dax Shepard, and then I watched Parenthood, and he's like incredible, the whole series.
I mean, my first exposure to him was on Punk.
Yeah, same
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
So I was just like, "Fuck this guy."
Yeah.
He's gonna punk me. but he's fantastic on Parenthood.
Without a paddle.
without
But you
paddle.
said it right. He is Mrs. Veronica Mars.
Mm-hmm.
That's
You
fine.
might have said Mr., but I'm saying Mrs.
I said Mister,
Okay.
but misgender him all you want.
Yeah, that's what
That's
I'm gonna
rude.
do.
That's
Yeah,
rude,
you're not
guys.
woke.
No. We don't talk about genders here anymore. That's what you
sorry.
missed while you were gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not into the binary.
Cool. So we're just like Barbie dolls.
We just exist.
And Kens.
We just exist.
All right.
So the movie comes out January 18th, next to 2019.
Unbreakable. But yeah, so
Hold on, Rick. Way to bring it back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I feel like
another beer, please.
Yeah, me too. I feel like having
Rick, yeah.
No.
No, you're good.
having
Rick
never
is done.
having never seen the first one though, just from what I've read though, I feel like it seems like there's a reason behind this.
So
sequel.
take
I
a
feel like
day.
there's some meat behind it.
Take a day and see Unbreakable Man.
Yeah, I want to see it.
Yeah,
It's-
I've been meaning to revisit it. Just especially seeing
God,
M.
that
Night
sound.
make decent movies. Actually, I want to do it.
Okay.
How's it go? You just push it
I
down.
guess I've done it before.
You just go down and
I have
up.
Yeah,
another beer.
Just push it down.
Ryan, you should have a beer now.
I can't.
I want to open one for you. I want to open your beer.
You want to open?
I want to
one
open
for Rick.
I want to open your
When,
bottle.
It's almost
when I'm
done.
done. When I'm done.
Can I open your bottle?
Yes.
Your beer.
Listen, yeah, it's kind of fun.
When we finish these, which we will, you can open mine.
Why haven't they figured out a way to make everything open like champagne?
It
where you
should,
twist
right?
it, yeah. Like, that's
I
what
love
I
opening
want.
champagne bottles.
I started.
So for beer, I think this is the closest thing because you get that satisfying
Yeah.
when you hit it.
I like opening a beer bottle on like like doing the whole thing on the edge. I think
do
that's
too.
kind of fun.
I like taking random objects and opening beer bottles for people that they complain that I'm
Yeah.
a bottle opener.
My brother always does it with his ring. I mean, I'm not gonna do that
Yeah,
with this ring,
course
but if
not.
I had a ring,
Yeah.
he always does it. I'm like, brother, and he does it. And I'm like, "Dude, it's so fucking. He just does it so easily. Then he looks at me like, "Fuck you," after he's done it. Like
There you go.
he actually like it,
Would the lady like a glass
no,
for it too?
it's
Is that
totally.
the way he looks
I don't
at
know.
you?
After he does it, he's kind of like, "Yeah, my dick's big. Fuck you." You know, it gives me that.
Hold on,
look.
let me open this lady's beer for him.
Yeah.
We got some trailers. All right, so we actually saw this trailer last night.
Yo, you saw it. I wasn't watching.
Yeah.
Are you not gonna watch it now?
I'll watch it now because
Oh.
I don't really give a shit
Oh,
about
okay.
this movie. What?
But it's the Kingsman and the Golden Circle.
Has anyone
I
seen the
haven't seen
first
the
one?
first one.
You
haven't?
saw the first one.
No, I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it
I
either.
saw it.
Well,
Well, it's
you
okay.
skipped it.
But
No,
you're-
that's all
you're
right.
just-
No,
you're-
run it.
This is your
Run it.
show too.
It's cool, dude.
Yeah.
We were just filming.
Am I supposed to watch
this
it?
shit. You
Yeah,
don't have
like,
to.
we're not dead air.
I saw in you what someone once saw in me.
Do you see why I would
Something
think?
that can't be taught. The makings of a
Do you
kingsman.
see why I would think the first few seconds
Being a
this was Baby
Kingsman
Driver
is
for
more
a
than-
second?
Because you think all Brits are the same.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's
what
about
it
being
was,
willing
right?
to sacrifice for
Totally
the greater good.
Racist.
I hope you're ready for what comes next.
I really need to see this first movie.
Yeah, I wanted to.
It's like right up your alley.
It's
was
Especially if you
know.
like kick
I
ass.
have a description for it, but I'd rather say it on
I was hoping you'd have a prescription for it so you could prescribe it to me.
the description.
Yes, Dr. O'Leary.
Rick, you almost ready for your next beer?
I think Rick should finish his beer in conjunction with the end of the trailer. Or it would have been good if you fixed it when the girl just took off her robe.
At least we got a thumbnail.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Harry.
I'm curious. Go on.
It's okay. You can talk. We were talking during the whole goddamn thing.
Yeah.
I think that helps us not get the copyright strike, by the way, is when we're talking a lot.
So that's the Golden Circle.
So that trailer had me. I was like, oh, cool. I know a lot of my friends that saw Kingsman said that it was really, really good, and I need to see it. Cool, they're making a sequel. And then that song starts, and I'm like, I'm fucking in. That's all I need. Just give me some blue eyes. I'm good.
Kingsman's basically like, hey, we're James Bond, but dirty, and here's some curses.
Okay.
Hey, that's right up my alley.
Yeah.
I like curses. I like James Bond.
They had like a weird, fuck, I'm not gonna remember it correctly, but there's like a weird rapey thing at the end of the first movie. Spoiler, that was kind of strange to see in a movie made in the last decade.
We like rapey.
Yeah.
We like Kershaw.
Wait, which one of you guys have seen it? Just
Rick. Just Rick.
You remember, like, there's a weird thing, and I guess it doesn't count as a spoiler, where, like, basically, like...
We have a title for this episode.
Yeah,
right?
like, where she says
Like
something
rape.
about, like, letting... Like, basically, the guy gets to fuck her in the ass if like, he does this thing, but it's really weird. You know what I mean? Like, it's one of those things that, like, it wasn't really, like, that funny of a thing, but it was just very strange to keep in a movie.
Like
where
something about save me and
I'll let you fuck me in the ass.
Yeah.
But it's done in, like, a way, because they don't really have any other relationship in the movie.
Is it a wink like, I'm gonna let you fuck me in the ass anyway?
No, it doesn't really seem like it. Like, it's a thing. Like, it felt, I don't know. But aside from that, like, I wasn't really into the first movie, but I don't think I'm the right demographic.
Fair. That's fair. Hey, man.
I will probably sit this out unless I keep hearing that it's great from everyone, in which case I'll see it and then be like, eh.
So it's not Ryan's demographic, but it's Rick's demographic from what I'm gathering.
rapey.
'Cause
Rick
you
likes
liked
rapey.
it. Rick likes rapey too. Does it need a sequel? Did it need a sequel? After you saw the first one, were you
it doesn't
expecting
really
a
need
sequel?
one, but
you get why they have
You
one.
can get why they have it.
Okay.
It's definitely a good setup. It's based on the comic too, right?
I believe so.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we all know how good Matthew Vaughn and his co-writer, is it Gene Goodman, are with sequels. Like when they made Kick-Ass 2,
Yeah.
everyone loved that.
I did.
Oh, you're
I
someone who actually
really
liked
liked that
it.
movie.
That's weird.
Yeah. So my history with Kick-Ass was I saw the movie before I read the first arc, and then I went back and read the first arc. I was like, man, they did a great job of adapting this story and changing little tiny things that needed to be changed to fit, a movie. And then I read the second arc before seeing the second movie, and I was like, oh man, I hope they don't change this. I hope they don't change this. There's no way they're going to show this. But they ended up showing everything I thought they wouldn't, and I was like, good on them. And then the one change that everybody's complaining about, I think is fine, and I talked about it on this show, because between 1 and 2, Chloe Moretz is not this adorable little girl anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So you can't yes, do it. You can't do the same thing with the hit girl character in the movie.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is like, oh, it's this adorable little girl cursing and being badass. But at this point, she's fucking taller than Aaron Taylor Johnson, and it doesn't fucking work. So they have that character go through its own diversity and dealing with her own puberty. And I thought that was a great way to keep that character in the movie and not lose the specialness of the hit girl character.
Mm-hmm.
So I for one, and people are like, man, she wasn't as hardcore in the second movie, she wasn't the first. Like, yeah, because the joke, the reason that works is because it's this little girl. It doesn't work when she's this 5'10" model looking teenager. It doesn't work. It completely loses its charm. And I thought they did a great job of adapting that character to make it work in the second movie. And she was still just as important, just going through her own shit. So I really love Kick-Ass 2.
These are as cold.
I think you're the only person I know who likes it, but
Our
that's good.
Yeah.
In your fridge.
So I liked Kick-Ass 2. And I want to see both of those Kingsman movies, like, real bad.
I would say if you like Kick-Ass 2, you'll probably like them.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah,
Is
that's
that
why.
way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Rick was the one who recommended Kick-Ass to me. Like,
You needed someone to recommend it?
like,
He doesn't know
see,
much
so
about comics.
I don't read a lot of comics because I'm not a huge fan. The only, like, superheroes in tights I really enjoy are X-Men, because I grew up watching the animated series, which made me want to read those comics growing up. But other than that, like, yeah, I love Batman because I watched 60s Batman on reruns when I was a little kid, not because of the comics or because of the
You must
Keaton
love
movies.
how faithful they've been to the 60s.
No, but see, I'm also somebody that doesn't shit on everything that's come after that.
I've heard, I guess we'll get into it later, but
Yeah.
I've heard talks of you being a bit of a DC boy.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's my home team for sure. That's my home team for sure. Like, I always liken comics to baseball. Is like, I hate the fucking Yankees, but they've had some good players.
Yeah.
So I like those players. I hate Marvel, but they got some good
Yeah,
characters.
well, I always talk about this anytime the Marvel DC stuff comes up too. I'd say the DC movies in general are worse, but they're worse in a more interesting way than the Marvel movies are good. Like
I think I am. You and I need to sit down and have this conversation like as a standalone thing, because I think that would be very interesting. So yeah, but yeah, Kingsman looks dope. I'm excited to see both of those.
next trailer.
This trailer.
It's The Defenders.
oh, this I'm curious.
I haven't seen
watched
this
it.
yet. I haven't seen this
Haven't
yet.
watched it
haven't.
either.
No.
So let's go for it.
Is this gonna ruin all the Marvel shows
Yeah,
I
is this
haven't
movie-
watched?
Yeah,
Is this-
it's going to. Oh, of course it
Is
is.
this movie or series on
Series.
Netflix?
Series.
Okay.
I don't think it's Netflix though, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's Netflix.
Okay, yeah, series.
You have interrupted
Really?
a citywide investigation. You stole evidence from my crime scene,
I don't know.
and you got my one lead killed. I was trying to help him, but you didn't.
Jessica Jones, stop talking.
Who the hell are you?
My name is Matthew Murdoch. I'm your attorney.
How does being Harlem's hero allow you to live an actual life?
Right now, I just want to help people.
They banded
I think there's someone that you need to meet.
What are you doing in there?
I was answering.
Who are you? Who are you? How come you can't be hurt? What's the deal with that fist? I'm the immortal Iron Fist. You what?
You're on the same side.
This one's got fisting.
You four.
Maybe
Iron Fist.
iron fisting.
The devil of Hell's Kitchen. The smart-ass detective.
We got a problem?
The righteous ex-con.
My bad.
And the kid with a glowing fist. The war for New York is here. So get your shit together.
The more connections
Scary
you
how
have.
many big actors I'm seeing in all of this Netflix stuff, especially when there was some article this week about how badly in debt they're in, supposedly.
Netflix?
Yes.
Really? Well, because they spend so much.
Yeah, they don't make any revenue off this.
Yeah, like, I guess
It's the long
Terrible
game.
debt.
They're hoping that the long game
The
pays
amount
off.
of money they're spending on that Scorsese movie, granted, it's getting fucking De Niro back in the Scorsese.
Classy.
Well, they spent $100 million on bringing Seinfeld over too. It's fucking insane. Huh?
Hulu.
No, that's Netflix. Yeah, it is. No.
Oh, you mean Seinfeld, as in
Seinfeld.
Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah.
not the
Oh,
series.
show.
Okay.
Yeah.
But to be fair, though, Seinfeld's.
No, I agree with you, but I'm just saying. I'm
Yeah.
just saying. So what's the
That
one
was-
that just
I
came
think
out?
what we were talking about was much more interesting than that trailer.
Yeah.
What?
Is Iron Fist what just
That's
was
the one
released?
that
Was that the
came
most
out
recent
and
one?
everyone. It was like the first like critically maligned Marvel show
So that's the most recent one, right?
for Netflix. I
So it
should
was
say,
it was the funniest. Well, to me, it was funny. Like I was talking to my mom on the phone. And she's like, "Oh, your dad and I just started watching the show on Netflix." I'm like, "Oh, what show is it?" It's like, "Oh, Iron Fist." And I was like, "You guys are watching Iron Fist?" I'm like, "You realize it's like kind of like this comic thing, right? Like, do you know that?" And she's like, "Yeah, like we know that now, but like we really like it. It's a good show. Your dad's really into it." I was like, "Are you serious?" And that's just
Wow.
like, I was really surprised by that.
That's the only one they watched?
Yeah, like I don't think they know of any of the others. They think they were just on Netflix and they saw a show and like, oh, I'm
Promoting.
gonna watch this, and so they did. And, yeah,
Have you
Kinda
guys?
cracked me up.
So where are you guys with the Netflix Marvel shows?
I've
if
only
anywhere?
seen Jessica Jones in full. That's it.
I haven't seen any of them,
Jessica Jones, both seasons of Daredevil.
which is a bummer because I actually
And
enjoy
half of
Daredevil.
the-
He's one of the
half
players
of
that
the-
Marvel has that I like.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
haven't
I've
watched it.
seen
I know I
both
need to
seasons
watch
of
it.
Daredevil and I like it, but I think it has issues. And then Jessica Jones, I only made it like 2 episodes, which is sad because I like Kristen Ritter quite a
Yeah.
bit. And I didn't bother with Luke Cage and this. I don't know, man. Like I think Iron Fist in general. I haven't watched the show, but I've seen the stuff that's like where they clearly didn't like. For example, I know on the show they had one thing where he had to pull open something on his phone, and they had a screenshot like on the phone from like that's clearly in the Photos app as opposed to being a separate thing. And like they clearly didn't put much effort into the production of that show, which is what everyone talked about. So like aside from that, even in this trailer, which like didn't necessarily excite me anyway, but anytime they showed Iron Fist, I was just like, I don't give a shit. But
what's the matter, Rick? The beard getting to you?
No, it's hot.
It's not.
It's really
no,
hot.
it's not.
It's actually really isn't.
It's really nice.
You're dying,
right
aren't
now.
you? Are you dying? You said it was hot before. Okay, so even your
Okay, then it's the beer.
even that's
It's the beer.
It's the beer. Woo, feeling it.
But I don't know, man. That trailer did not make me any more
I'm
interested in watching it.
I'm so over the deconstructed '90s music and trailers right now.
You know, like hearing Kurt
fuck.
Cobain's voice.
Like, no, I don't
Like
mind
that.
that. I don't mind that. I'm actually not a huge Nirvana fan anyway, but I don't mind that. I just don't like that it's such a fucking trope now. Like,
You
They're
gotta
just
play
using-
Painted Black on a piano in
Yeah.
the trailer in slow motion.
yeah, I fucking hate it. Again, it's one of those things
It
where, like,
sucks too because it was so cool in that first Social Network trailer when they did. Creed.
I mean, you know what?
That
If
was
you-
That
awesome.
was pretty cool.
you go back to the Gears of War trailer with Mad World. That's kind of where it started.
And then it just
And then it's like, well, let's take this other song and
It's-
change it and make it slow and
it's
moody.
almost like a modern day like in a world.
Yeah.
Like that's
That
what
is,
it's been
that's
replaced
exactly what it is, man. Holy shit.
By the
Nailed
way,
it,
in
Ryan.
a world, great movie about that. And
yeah.
directed by Lake Bell.
Oh, really?
Fantastic movie about
That's a good movie.
voiceover and
That
everything.
sounds
It's
awesome.
really, really good movie. Can't recommend it enough. But what did you guys think of the Defenders?
That looks lame. I don't like Marvel. But again, like I was saying
I like
to
it.
Bryce, I was like, it kind of. I haven't watched Daredevil because Daredevil's one of those players that Marvel has that I do enjoy.
And like I want
But
to
I
see
haven't-
Sigourney Weaver on
I haven't
TV.
watched it.
like,
Yeah. Do you feel like do we need to watch all the others before we could watch this?
Probably not.
I'm hearing that you don't, but
No.
like I feel like, I know I'm not gonna fucking spend 10 hours,
Yeah.
20 hours watching those shows that
Yeah.
I'm not gonna enjoy
Right.
to potentially enjoy this slightly more.
Or slightly less terrible.
But like I don't know, even in the trailer, I know it's a trailer, and trailers in general are fucking just it's literally just marketing. So
Yeah.
how can you judge it? But just like even the way they kind of did the setup of like Daredevil, Matt Murdock meeting Jessica Jones is just like, who are you? And then obviously they got to have the Iron Fist and Luke Cage like, oh, we got dicks, so we got to have
We
ego
gotta
problems.
fight.
Yeah. Like I'm over it. Sorry, Rick. I feel like I'm ruining this for you.
No, but that's your opinion. I
Cramping your
liked it.
style.
Go,
I
Ryan.
read Jessica Jones
Yeah,
and
talk
like,
about it,
Yeah,
Rick.
Rick, go for it. Like seriously.
I read Jessica Jones and some of the crossovers with Jessica Jones and Daredevil. Didn't read any Luke Cage or Iron Fist, but that part where
Yeah.
Matt Murdock, that's like straight from the comic.
Yeah, yeah.
So that I was like, oh, that's awesome. But I could see how some people would see it that way.
Does the trailer excite you? Are you excited for the show?
I'm
Does it
excited
look
for the
good?
shows. Yeah,
Where do you
I want
want-
to finish Luke Cage and hopefully get to Iron Fist before it comes out.
I mean, my parents, I think, finished it. You gotta catch up.
Did they really? That's
Probably. I
hilarious.
guess
That's
I don't
awesome.
even know.
I don't think this was on the docket of things to talk about, but with the movie we saw last night, they did play, and I watched it for the first time, the new Star Wars trailer, which I feel like you guys probably talked about already.
Yeah,
right?
we talked about it. I feel like we have.
No. No.
Because
I haven't.
I was
Didn't
wondering.
you guys watch it on the show?
We watched their first trailer.
Yeah, it's the one.
Yeah, a couple
Okay,
weeks ago you guys watched
Yeah,
it.
okay, yeah. I was gonna say if it's a new one,
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
no.
I'll
But I won't watch anything after that.
I mean,
first
I
one.
wasn't
Yeah.
here when they talked
I
about
usually
it.
don't watch trailers, but I'll watch like the first trailer for a Star Wars movie because I know they're not going to ruin it. But I'll say this: this is out of all those Star Wars movies that have come out in my lifetime, this is the one that I think is most likely going to be great because it's Ryan Johnson and it's just
Yeah.
JJ did like all the shitty setting up that you have to do. But the
But,
trailer
yeah.
didn't.
He did
like,
it in a good
didn't-
way.
The trailer didn't move me the way that like the Force Awakens one did, or even Rogue One. Like I had a big reaction. Whereas this, like I was like, all right, this is like I know it's going to be good. I know it's probably going to be the best, if not one of the best Star Wars
Yeah.
movies.
Do you know why? The product is completely oversaturated already.
Yeah, like,
That's why.
totally it.
That's
They
exactly
give
why,
you no
dude.
time to miss them. But I have so much faith in Ryan Johnson.
Oh, yeah,
especially
I'm with
after
you. It's gonna be
Looper.
awesome.
Like
No, it's
they're in
in the
such
mouth.
good hands. Rick,
You know,
can
I recently saw Looper again.
yeah. What did you feel on a rewatch?
It's
It's so good, man. It's so good.
Like,
I think I watched Looper 3 times in one weekend because the first time I caught it, I didn't see it in theaters. I caught it on cable. And it was like 5 minutes in. And I was like, it's only 5 minutes. I'll watch the whole thing. And then I do that awesome thing that you can do with cable now. It's like, let me know future times. And I was like, all right, boom. And then I recorded the next showing. And then probably watched it 3 times in full over a weekend. That movie is so good, man.
Yeah,
God, it's so good.
Because he's a director too. Like his other movies, Brick and the Brothers Bloom, I think are really good, but I don't love. But it's like a work of fucking genius.
I love
and I think with Looper though, it's like, of course he's gonna make probably the best Star Wars movie. I think it's gonna be really, really
and
his
good.
episodes of Breaking Bad were some of the best.
Those
He
were
did
good.
Ozymandias, which is like the best episode of that series.
yeah.
Rick, can I have one of your celebrity verified on Twitter, Waters?
Yeah.
Can you hand me another beer too?
I think you mean Big Wave.
Yeah. You said Big Wave incorrectly.
I need one.
Oh, we have to open it the same way though.
I'm
Oh
excited
no, Bryce is opening it.
But the same.
You want me to, is it going to be on mine? Or
Someone's got to top them off.
You do it.
Okay.
Go
Make
ahead,
this
Bryce.
as
Hit it. Do it
really
yourself.
homoerotic as possible.
Wait. Oh, well.
It's
It's
the
good. It came off.
Do this one.
It sucks that the table is blocking it.
Yeah. I think it's better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more
That's
information.
true. That's true. That's true.
I'm glad I'm finally getting all these beers out of my fridge.
Our producer is not amused.
Sorry.
It's fine.
I think she totally missed all
She's
of
thinking
that.
about doing her homework.
Regretting the producing.
Pretty much.
You're regretting? I mean,
I'm thinking homework's more entertaining.
yeah.
Well, if you want, the
I mean,
door's
there's
right
the
over
door.
Wow, get out.
You know? What can we do to entertain you?
Give me a beer.
Yes.
Oh,
You know what I
well,
have?
That's all you had to ask.
There you
Well,
go.
I'm trying to be quiet.
No,
You don't need to be
worry
quiet.
about it. So.
There you go. Like now I can tolerate you guys.
That's why she loves me. That's why I'm on her shirt. I give her a beer.
You
That's
got a
why I
jacket. You
started
got
laughing
jerk it
to
off. Jerk it
myself
off.
Yeah.
earlier
Jerk it off.
because I was thinking I need a beer to get through this.
Wow,
Wow.
The best review ever.
You gotta put that. Yeah, that's gotta be on your fucking website.
I need a beer to get
Give
through
it.
this.
Give us a topic and we'll talk about it. You don't know.
After that,
Can we
she
talk
was
about
never
why
seen
Rick
it.
drinks celebrity water?
I was drinking celebrity water before celebrities were drinking it.
That is true.
The only other time I tried this with name drop celebrity friend Grace Phipps left like half of one of these in my car and it was all hot, and I gotta try it, and it was kind of gross, but I think it's because it was hot.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I bought a new kind of flavor one, like a passion something or other. It's fucking disgusting.
Okay, I could speak to
you're
that
not
too.
a passionate lover, which
I'm not a fan of these in general. For some
I
reason,
like
I don't feel like they quench my thirst. Like I feel like
I'd
it's
rather just
it's,
have water.
It's empty. Yeah, I hear you on that. But I was at the store the other day and they had cola flavored, and I tried it,
What
and
the fuck?
it just like again,
So,
it's like
defeats the purpose.
you barely no. It's
Yeah.
still no calories whatsoever.
Oh.
You barely get a hint of a cola taste, but it's just like it's terrible. You might as well just still be drinking water. It's not satisfying, and it wasn't very good. In fact, it tasted like diet, and I don't like the aftertaste of a diet drink
I
at
like
all.
that drinks.
I just can't do it, and so it wasn't very good. I've got a full Studio A's got a full fucking pack of them. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them.
full pack?
We got excited. We saw them there, and I was like, man, maybe these might be good. So yeah,
So Defenders looks like trash. Except
Rick
for
thinks
Rick.
it looks good.
Rick
I think
likes
it looks good.
Okay.
I'm excited for it.
Do you think a lot of people are going to react to it like, oh, it's trash because they didn't like Iron Fist?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Oh, I
You
I
know the
just think-
bandwagon people jump on though, dude.
But Iron Fist from which I
Francis
haven't
liked
watched.
Iron
Yeah, Francis like Iron Fist.
But like the stuff that people were pointing out as bad was so like film school level bad things about it that it felt like whoever is making it either didn't care or didn't have enough time to care.
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see like because that's the thing about Marvel, like even that Thor movie that no one really liked much, the second one,
I
like it wasn't like it wasn't shat on the way that
No,
Iron
it
Fist was.
wasn't.
So it's interesting to see with these other shows that were generally favorably reviewed, all these
Yeah.
and then just have like this potential tumor of a
But
character.
did people think the second Thor movie was bad? I don't.
I think when it
so.
came out, they
Reviews,
were
I don't think were
that's the
bad.
thing. Yeah, when it came out, people were pretty gentle on it, whereas now that and Iron Man 2, people shit all over.
I don't know
but
where Rick stands on it now. At the time, I think he liked it.
It was alright.
Yeah.
I didn't like
You liked
it.
it at
It was
the
the
time.
first one that I didn't like, but like I know in general when people talk about the Marvel movies, they look at those two like they're mistakes.
My only problem with Iron Man 2 was how anticlimactic the ending was.
Yeah.
Because it was
Even
like
the
this.
first one had a bit of an anticlimactic thing to it, but I
Yeah,
think
but
the
it
rest of
wasn't
the
as
movie
bad.
was so good
Yeah,
that
yeah.
like you couldn't.
It's kind of
So it'd be interesting to go back and watch Iron Man right now, 10 years later,
Yeah.
and think, wonder if it still holds
Iron
up.
Man's the only Marvel movie I've watched more than once, and like
Same here.
it's been a while, but
It's the only Iron Man. It's the only Marvel movie I own on Blu-ray.
it's the only one I have on
Yeah.
DVD.
The first
It's
one,
on
right?
theirs,
Yeah.
See, it's funny. Like, I didn't see that movie till like a year after it came out, and everyone was jerking it off so hard that by the time I saw it, I was like, "That's what everyone was excited about." So I don't really like it that much. I like the
So
I like the
fucking good,
subsequent
right?
I think
ones.
it's very good.
We need
I'm
to.
not
I
saying
like
it's
the
better.
third
That's
one
just
a
what
lot,
happened to me.
too.
Third one's
Shane
better.
Black.
That's what
I
happened
thought
to me.
really what I like
We
about
saw
the
that
third
in
one
San
too is
Francisco,
it was kind of a
the
fuck you to comic
We did,
fans.
Future
So-
episode of the show, we're gonna do a rewatch. We're all gonna watch Iron Man
I could do that.
Yeah.
10 years later.
I would
That's
go
fine.
ahead. Oh shit, 10
Yeah.
years. That would be next year, right? It came out, I think, in
Yeah.
08, same year as Dark Knight.
Yep.
So it's funny. I have a special. Mike will say it has to do with Hemsworth, but I have a special relationship with Thor.
Oh, he has.
I'm
a
setting
special-
myself up with it.
He has a
No,
special
but here's
relationship with
why-
Do
Chris
you want
no.
to be the meat on a brother's Hemsworth?
No.
sandwich?
I mean,
Not-
those dudes
not at
are
all.
pretty good looking. I mean, you can't deny it.
It's fine. We get in the jokes. but
Personally, I think Liam is better looking than Chris.
So
but-
he-
Why
so-
is it a joke?
So here's the deal.
yeah.
No, it
Why
doesn't,
is
have,
sexuality
doesn't,
a
it
joke?
doesn't have to be a joke, but here's the deal.
Scared of
So
gays?
I think I was in San Diego.
Yeah.
I was living there at the time. Rick had
No, we
come.
saw it there.
Rick had come there for something. We were doing something else, but in the meantime, you're like, you want to see a movie, and Thor had just come out, and I was like, it's fine. Like Mike kind of said about himself, but I also just like, I mean, he more than me, but I'm not really a comic person at all. It was really this podcast that like I started watching anything, and so I'm like, I'll go see Thor with you, right? That's fine. And I walked out of that movie
Dude.
liking
in
it. Well,
love
liking
with
it.
Thor.
Well, I just kind of like the thing I kept telling Mike.
Yeah.
I'm like Mike, dude. Like I had no affinity towards Thor at all, and I came out of the movie and liked it. You know what I mean? The first one.
I think
and
that's
so,
a fun movie. Too.
Yeah.
It's just like it's a good time.
Yeah,
Like,
and so I saw that with Rick, and at that point I'm like, all right, Rick, I'll go to these other comic movies with you.
So-
and so that's why I feel like, that's why I kind of have a relationship
The-
with Thor, because I feel like it was kind of like the gateway drug a little bit. I'm like, these aren't really that bad.
The most recent trailer for Ragnarok is the first Marvel movie that I got excited for since Iron Man. Because Ragnarok looks like a shitload of fun. And
It's supposed to be like a travel buddy movie.
I like where they're
from what I
doing with,
heard.
like the visual. It's
weird.
like the retro.
I at this point, like I see Marvel movies almost out of obligation to be able to talk about them, and I've even enjoyed most of them, but they don't stick with me at all. Like I like
Yeah.
Doctor Strange a lot more than I thought I would, but like I haven't thought about it since I saw
I
it.
Right.
definitely see that too.
And to get into what we'll be talking about, I'm assuming at some point.
I mean, I could jump into it now.
Is that a good
I
segue?
think
Because
that's the best
we
segue.
did see a Marvel movie last night. Three of the
Ooh.
gentlemen at this table.
why you should have waited till today to see it to help me out, assholes.
You had
Did you
something
pick
to-
Saturday?
Yeah,
You did?
yeah, I went with Saturday.
Oh, I thought you did the Friday Fate, Fast and Furious.
No, I went with Saturday because I figured Saturday. would
Oh,
be good.
right.
I got hosed. I thought Lover was going to be BP, and it looks like it's not going to be. I played.
That was last
I played
week,
two
though, right?
Sunday. Yeah, it was last week.
I saw you did 2 Sundays. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Go ahead.
So,
Talk about your
yeah,
Guardians
How did you
movie.
feel about you guys? I guess the way I like to get in these conversations personally. How did you feel about the first Guardians of the Galaxy movie?
I
don't know
didn't.
if
I
all
didn't
of you have
see
seen
it
it.
until cable,
Mhm.
and I went and saw it, and I was like, after it was over, I was like, that was all right. Like it just didn't do for me what it did for other people.
How about
You-
the Bryce?
You saw it with like commercials and all that.
No,
stuff?
it's on
no,
cable.
you saw it full on.
Yeah, like HBO, whatever it was.
I liked the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought it was fun. That was another thing that I went into really like that. For me, that was kind of like a deep cut in the comic world. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to go watch? But I left the theater at the time really liking it. It's funny though, like you said though, I had never revisited it
Yeah.
though, and I'm gonna get to that too because I want to make that point later. But kind of what you said, a lot of these Marvel movies I don't ever
I
rewatch.
had with Guardians more so than even the other Marvel movies, and I realized this especially when we saw the movie last night. I enjoyed it when I saw it. I didn't love it, but I was like, all right, that was fun. I don't remember fucking anything about it. Like,
I kind of
at
feel
all.
that
Like,
way
it
too.
left zero impression on me.
Yeah.
And I like what I like about James Gunn as a writer and director. Like, he usually like throughout his movies, and Guardians 2 definitely had some moments and stuff where it's like, wow, I can't believe they just said or did that. But like, it left no, like, for a movie that I remember liking, I remember not, like, I was like, what is Michael Rooker's character? Is he a bad guy? Like, what is the deal? And
Spoilers, Michael Rooker is never a bad guy. He's always the hero of any movie he's in.
especially Henry, Portrait of the Serial
See,
Killer.
I didn't have an issue with him, but I had forgotten about the sister. That was the
Yeah.
thing that I was a little rusty on.
Shit.
Yeah.
Like, and where were you on the first Guardians, Rick?
I sort of remember the Cliff Notes.
Yeah, but did you like it? Did
This
you
I
one?
think at the
No,
time,
first.
well, the
one.
first
First.
Guardians
He
at the time, that was your
loved
top
it.
one.
I love the first
Yeah,
one.
you
I love
loved
the
it.
first
That
That
one.
was to
that was your
date
number
at
one
the
in the
time.
year?
That was his number one, if I recall.
Yeah, it was because that was
Oh,
the same year as
wow.
Winter Soldier, right?
Yeah, Winter Soldier.
So
Yeah.
wait, your number one Marvel, or you mean number one of the year?
I
The
think
number
it was-
one that year was.
Well, I think it was Marvel
Did you like
too,
not go to the movies
specifically.
that year? Or I'm sorry. Did you? So actually, then I think Rick's opinion on the sequel is probably the most important. So
Impactful.
did you remember the first one well?
I remember the
Considering
first
it was
one.
your number one. So
Well-
how did you feel about the Deuce?
Did you like it?
Yeah.
I'll say it now before he
I mean,
answers
it was
though.
okay.
It was
Sorry.
okay.
I really want to rewatch
That's how I
the
felt about
first
the
one
first
again
movie.
now because
I
wanna
loved the
rewatch
first
it.
one. I mean, maybe I loved it because like we were new to these characters and we kind of were getting introduced to these characters.
I have a theory about that too.
And then, so I mean, I was excited for the second one too. But we watched the second one, and it's like, oh my god, they're just pulling everything from the first one to 100 or 110 or whatever, you know. And it's
Remember
like
that thing you liked from the first movie? Check this out.
yeah, and
No.
that totally took me out of it.
Uh-huh.
As
talk
far as
about
like
all
the
the time with
storyline and all
sequels, you
that,
and I.
like I thought it was okay.
yeah.
I was a little confused on who, what's the actor's name? To play the dad.
Kurt Russell.
His character.
Yeah.
Like, was he supposed to be Galactus? Who was he supposed to be? And like,
I think it continued the lovely tradition of Marvel movies having unremarkable villains.
yeah, like,
Like-
Yeah, seriously.
don't.
Like, how do they not know how to do that? Because that's like, I guess it's hard to make a great villain, but like, I feel like villains should be easier to.
It seems
Well,
like every Marvel movie is them trying to fix shit they fuck
No,
up in the first
fucking-
act.
Honestly, I felt like we were an hour into the movie and I was like, oh, this is the plot.
Yeah, and like,
Like-
Yeah.
and you know what would have been really cool if they just didn't have a fucking villain for the movie and didn't try to force
Yeah.
like some half-assed villain.
Yeah,
in it.
that would
Like,
be
I could just
that
watch-
would be super refreshing, wouldn't it?
I'd love to
That's
watch
why
the
they'll
Guardians.
never do it.
I'd like the Guardians. I could watch them just hang out and have little adventures, but they have to do the shit where a planet or like a
The world is
Yeah, like
at peril.
this movie didn't do it as badly as most of the Marvel movies, but like there
Every
was a
fucking
little bit of
Marvel
that.
movie.
And it's like you could just have a thing where like Chris Pratt like doesn't know how to feel about his dad. Like I would watch that movie, but also
yeah, that
And
sounds
with little-
sounds
yeah,
interesting.
because there's
Ryan.
aspects of it in the movie, and it's like, oh, I kind of enjoy watching this.
Like,
By the
yeah.
way, Chris Pratt charming as fuck. In
Yeah,
this one,
for sure.
too. Like he always is, but like he
You know when he's his most charming? As Emmett in the Lego Movie.
Like, they could have had little adventures throughout the movie, you know, and watch the dynamic between him and his dad, you know, like that would have been great. That's what I was kind of
and then they could have still
Expecting
had
almost.
the twists and turns that they did have, but like
exactly, but like
they
played
had
it
to
out a little
bring
bit
it
later.
into this.
It
thing.
wasn't. It was okay. The
Yeah.
movie was okay, and not only that, like,
Groot was still adorable
Oh,
as
yeah,
anything.
Groot.
Like
So, Rick, do you want to hear my theory as to why I think you enjoyed the first Guardians and why so many people enjoyed the first
well, I know
Guardians?
why I
so
enjoyed
much?
the first one.
It's because it was completely different than every other Marvel movie at the
Well,
time.
yeah,
Completely
I know.
different. Completely
And
different. It could have been any characters done in that style, and people would have loved
Yeah.
it just as much because it was
it's space.
polar
You know
opposite
what
of
it's hidden as,
everything.
right?
There's so
it's
many
hidden as
goddamn
fucking
colors.
Firefly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't say I love the movie. I just thought it was
Yeah.
all right.
And then all the post-credit scenes, like
That
Were-
was.
I thought they were gonna be
They
more.
They were all
clever than
fucking
that.
pointless.
Yeah.
There weren't. Yeah.
That's the joke, though, Bryce.
Yeah, like the thing, but they
I
didn't
expected
even.
the last
I
one to
wish
be a
they-
little bit more like, "Zing, here's for the next phase" or
Or
something.
like Or if they went more over
Oh,
the
man,
top
everybody likes that
with
fucking
it.
shawarma post credits. Let's just do the thing that doesn't make any sense.
Also, Kevin Feige came out recently saying that the movies don't need to all be over 2 hours long. He said like this thing that made me really back him, and then this one was like 2 hours and 17 fucking minutes.
Yeah, we were walking back to the
It could've
car
been
at
half
like
an hour
11:55 at a 9 o'clock showing.
It's could have been like,
because it wasn't like they had nothing to establish in this movie that would take up the. I get it, when you do an origin story, you need the time, but like it really didn't earn the time. What's frustrating too, it's not that it was a bad movie. It's just like another pretty good outing.
You like how I'm making it look like I'm drinking.
I would rather see this as a TV show.
Yeah,
I think it would work perfect.
Although
as a TV show.
what you get at the movie though is just all those amazing colors and visuals.
Yeah, that's
like
true. The
were
visuals
outstanding.
were good.
Yeah,
You're right. I think it would work as a TV show,
Yeah.
and
Overall-
the visuals were amazing.
Yeah.
Overall, I would say better as a TV show, and better. I would just rather Little Adventures because you have these characters where they're like chemistry is the most interesting thing, and then you separate them and put planets in danger, and then I just want to like
that first Guardians to me was the turning point as far as like it's the Marvel movies and their bankability, and they're still making the money. I get that, but after Guardians, nothing is talked about for longer than a week.
Yeah, and I'll say this though, what I think Guardians 1 had this problem, but this one thankfully, and I don't think Doctor Strange had it either. But you notice how just about every Marvel movie until like the last 2 or 3 had the thing where they kill someone just to have them come back by the end of the movie, which I know is a comic book trope, but like. I'm just relieved we didn't have to see it. Although, like,
but again,
next movie, who knows what will happen to blank character.
It's a terrible comic book trope that needs to be, like, done away with.
It's like, you guys can do shit now, like, they won't do this, but, like, for example, what's going with the Spider-Man stuff, like, a few movies from now, they should just kill Peter Parker, and because then they can do a Miles Morales storyline or do
I
something
would rather see
interesting.
Miles Morales.
Yeah, but you know they're not going to. Like, they're going to want to have...
It has to be... I think his contract says Peter Parker.
Yeah, so like it's just.
But they're going to do an animated Miles Morales movie apparently.
Are they?
Yeah,
I think Donald Glover.
Donald Glover is going to be Spider-Man.
What?
Yeah,
really?
Yeah. So I'm excited.
And Donald Glover isn't Donald Glover in the new Spider-Man, or he's in Avenger? He's in one of the.
He's in the Spider-Man movie.
He's in the Spider-Man movie.
Is
I
he
think
really?
he's a teacher or something.
Yeah.
He's also fucking Lando, bro.
Yeah.
He's Lando.
Love Donald Glover.
I am so excited for that movie. Like, it's not even
Well,
funny.
those dudes are gonna just fucking nail it.
Yes, they are.
Because that's what they do.
If you're done, the trash is right there.
This fucking guy.
Damn!
You wouldn't have said that to me.
He's vicious.
He's upset that you don't like our podcast.
I know.
No,
I warned her.
Some shit she don't like.
I warned
this
her.
Podcast.
No, I'm entertained because now you guys talk about comic books. Never mind, that's gonna sound insane.
No, I want to hear it.
I think we're losing connection.
It's good criticism.
No, I just thought you were gonna be a lot funnier.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, we're not a comedy show.
Yeah,
I know, but
they haven't been
still.
letting me speak enough.
Yeah, I actually like your sense of humor.
See?
Like, what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
Oh,
Somebody else
Big
likes us, so there.
Oh, yeah.
That means we got a subscriber.
Oh, shit. Sorry, I left the chat alone.
Oh,
Who's
Rick!
that?
Hello.
Who is that?
Is it live? This is totally live. I can't read.
Who is that? Who is that?
We
The
don't
name's
know.
right there.
I know, but who is it?
We
That
don't
doesn't
know.
help me. Do you want to ask them if they want to come over, give your address?
No. Shut the
Huh.
fuck up.
That's not nice, Rick.
All
Rick, I've
right.
been living with you less than a week. and
Yeah, you guys
treated
are
me
already
like this.
starting.
Dang.
Does anyone want to hear my opinion on Guardians?
Yes.
No.
I
Yeah,
haven't
for
heard your
sure.
opinion. Sorry.
Ryan doesn't want to hear it.
I don't want to hear it.
I do, though.
Cool.
All right, give us the Bryce bro
Yeah,
down
you guys wanna hear
on
it?
the movie.
I didn't like the movie at all.
See, I got that impression last
figured.
night. based
Actually,
on
you know,
something you said.
no, but it's just like it's. Last night, I think I would have said, "Oh, it was fun," and then after sleeping on, it, I'm kind of like, I just like that movie was not good. It just wasn't fucking good. It was honestly, dude, like. I sat there and I was watching the movie. I'm like, am I supposed to be liking this right now? I actually went through this whole thing in my head. I'm like, did I grow out of this? Like, I'm like, did I get old? Because as I'm watching it, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, all the jokes were just like, hey, a guy walked into a bar and then count to 3, punchline. Like, it was so set up. Like, we talked about this a little
Yeah,
bit
it
too.
was too set up.
All the jokes were so bad. Batista was fucking terrible. I'm not even saying it was his fault. He was awful.
Really?
No, he was awful.
All I'm hearing is how good he is.
No,
I'm hearing that he's still showing
no,
this
he
again.
was fucking awful, and I'm not even saying it's because of him. It's the fucking writing. He was so bad. His delivery was terrible.
I was into him.
It was cringy.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it. I was into Batista. That
Okay,
was
that's
like one
fine.
of the overall positive elements.
That's
for me.
fine. Oh god.
See, you guys are in the minority. You're in the minority. That's all I'm
Dude,
hearing.
I
also,
feel
like,
like
I
if you
didn't
watch it, I feel like you'd say the same thing.
Am
man.
I gonna?
Like
I just don't want to come off as the
I-
guy who liked the movie that much either.
I liked
Yeah.
him in the
I
first
feel
one
like
a lot.
Rick
I liked him in the
liked
first
it
one
more
too.
So
than
good
me.
in the first
He
one.
was great in the first one. In this movie, it was so bad.
So
And then
again, it seems like from what Rick's saying and what you're saying, it suffered from, hey guys,
yeah,
remember that shit you liked about the first movie?
the problem was
Here it is again.
The problem was it was that, and it also felt like they were like literally saying their lines as if to like, okay, say the line, then pause so the audience can clap, and then punchline. You know what I mean? It's so fucking bad. And then
Also,
let's randomly. Sorry, I'm gonna keep going. Let's have Chris Pratt in the background take off his shirt for no
I
fucking
thought it
reason.
was pretty
Hey,
sexy.
I'm in shape, and I'm gonna put a shirt on again. And then fucking Zoe
got-
Saldana or whatever the fuck looks at him like, oh, you got your shirt off, and then it served no purpose.
Hey,
it served no
we
fucking
had to
purpose.
know Chris Pratt was
Still in
So
shape.
do you think that it might be a prop or like them like, oh, Guardians is in on the joke, guys? Do you think that might be some
I
of the
think
writing?
A big example
You think that might
of,
be some of the writing?
of what we're
Maybe.
criticizing too is like, you know how they had the stinger or whatever at the last movie with Howard the Duck. Like Howard the Duck's literally in this movie for a second.
No way.
But it kind of worked. Like it didn't bother me, but it is definitely it kind of shows like
love
the
that
train of
fucking
thought
movie.
they had making it.
So there twice, right? They showed
At the
him
end
twice.
too, yeah.
Here-
He's like drinking or something.
Yeah.
To bring this into like to video games, like the people love, and I'm one of them. I love Need for Speed Most Wanted that came out in 2006. They did full motion video cutscene stuff, and they weren't bad, but they were super over the top, and it was the way people looked at it was like, oh my god, it's so bad it's good, which you guys know is something I hate that term.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you like it, you like it.
Yeah.
Whether it's bad or not, say I like this. Own the shit you like. So I really enjoyed those cutscenes because they reminded me of 80s style B cop movies, like super over the top and really entertaining and like unintentionally funny. And then the game that came out the year after, they tried to do that again, and they were, quote, we're in on the joke this time, and so they made them even more over the top. But then that caused it to lose its charm for a lot of people, because now they were intentionally trying to make it unintentionally funny.
And I'm curious now, because James Gunn signed on and announced he's doing the third Guardians movie. Will they go deeper in that whole... I think they will, because people seem to be liking it.
Yeah. Yeah.
By the way, Brett, how did you guys feel about... Is this the first Marvel movie with an F-bomb?
Oh, shit.
Was there one?
Is it really?
Yeah.
Remember?
Yeah.
We were talking... Me and Bryce were
You didn't
talking
catch
about
it?
I didn't catch it.
Yeah.
I was actually
get
it was
two.
that.
It was a very clear
It
fuck.
said fuck, and then shit was said too.
I've
but
heard
yeah.
shit. I don't
It
Shit's
said,
not-
fuck happened.
there was who... Was it Pratt said it?
I think
Yeah,
it was Pratt in response to Rocket.
Yeah.
About something when they were bickering about stuff. So
I don't remember.
I was surprised by that too.
It was like I was like shit because I expected. Cause I don't even think they did that on the Netflix shows.
You guys, I was so
They did in the trailer a minute ago. We watched.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, there was a Chris Pratt fuck that Rick apparently missed like some sort of dummy.
yeah.
It's like how can you miss that?
Yeah.
Like
I was surprised by that
Because
too.
why would we do this to make Rick think there was a fuck in the movie?
I was so like, and the movie had just started. My head just wasn't in the right place. That when fucking Pratt's father, Young, is kissing his mom at the beginning, and they pan down after they're kissing. I was halfway expecting him to be full on groping her ass. Like I was just so like I was disappointed when I came down and her
the thing
skirt
is,
wasn't up.
It wouldn't have been that crazy for some
No.
because they did have some edgy jokes in the movie.
They did.
too,
They
that
totally
was,
did.
like,
And
there's
they
some
said
boner
fuck.
jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some boner, and there was the fuck.
Yeah.
That was definitely in the movie that we're not making up to fuck with Rick.
Yeah. but honestly, like, I don't know. That movie was disappointing for me. Ryan even, like, I found myself, like, you said Pratt was charming. I actually found myself hating Pratt watching the movie. I'm like, this is so bad. He actually, like, I even said this when I first saw the trailer. I felt like they Hollywooded him up. Like, he looks so different in the first movie compared to this movie. He's like, hey, I'm Chris Pratt now. I have muscles and I'm a pretty boy.
I think he had the charisma and everything. I'm not judging his body.
No, it's not even just the body. It was just how everything was delivered. Like, stuff that was supposed to be funny, like, to me, wasn't funny. It felt so forced.
He generally worked for me in this work, but also he didn't work for me at all in Jurassic World, which I didn't like.
See, I didn't mind him in Jurassic World, so that's funny. Like, I'm not even saying you're... I'm not going to sit here and say that you're wrong, because it's not that. It's just
Jurassic
how I
World,
perceived
has
it.
some cool ideas in it. That's what's really frustrating about it, too. Like, the premise of that movie is fucking awesome, but...
I just remember the guy with the drink in his hand running.
Yeah. And so I alluded to this when we first started talking. Like, I'm so cold on this movie that I really do want to watch the first one again and find out if do I like that movie as much as I think I did, or is it just because what Mike said or what we said that it was different at the time?
That movie's not going to hold up. I'm telling you, it's not.
I would bet money that it's not going to have much to offer. And like, I guess a good way to think of Marvel movies like cotton candy. Like, it kind of tastes all right, but like it doesn't fill you up and rots your teeth.
The problem going back and watching the first Guardians is you're going to look at it with the same lens that you're looking at 2 with, going, oh man, Chris Pratt was so cool for a little while. Look what they did to that guy. Yeah. You're gonna go back and watch that movie and think that. The jokes to me in the first one felt like they came naturally. And in this they just felt so fucking forced. It was like, here comes the strut, here comes the pitch, right down the middle. It's gonna stop for 2 seconds like it's a fucking arcade baseball game. And you get ready to fucking load up and swing, and there it goes. And it was not good.
Wait, did I like the movie the most out of it?
You might have. I don't think I liked the movie. Annie liked the movie too.
I don't even know. Like, I don't even know if I'd go as far as say I watched it and had a pleasant enough time and wished it was a lot shorter. I still don't know if that's exactly, but it does sound like. I don't know. It seemed to me like Rick was really enjoying it. But I guess it was just being in my presence that was making him so happy.
We weren't sitting by them.
Rick had a lot of giggles.
Like, kind of like a thing where we weren't sure if we were going to go. So we were sitting, it was Annie and Brian and I, we were sitting in the back. They sat somewhere else, so I didn't hear the reactions during the movie. I honestly feel like I was having an existential crisis during the movie because I'm sitting here like, fuck, did I get old? Am I supposed to think this is funny? Like, I don't think this is funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't good.
I think the Marvel formula is just old at this point.
It might be. Like, I hope that's not the case. Rick and I have talked about this before. The last movie of Marvel that I feel like I walked out of liking a lot was Civil War, and that's because I felt like that was really Avengers 2. And that gave me the first feeling I had when you and I got out of Avengers.
I think my thing with the Marvel movies is just my expectations are so low every single time at this point that I walk out being like, that was pretty good.
Yeah,
and
I get that.
That's fair enough.
I had a lot of fun with Ant-Man.
See, I did too.
I enjoyed it greatly.
I did too, and I think I had the Thor effect on Ant-Man. Like, Ant-Man, I didn't know who the fuck that was, and so I walked out of that pleasantly surprised. Same with Guardians, same with Thor. But now that I have a little bit of a background to this stuff, I go into these things. I wasn't even really excited for this movie. I'm like, oh, I gotta see this. I liked the first one.
Yeah.
And I left it just being like, that was just not very good.
But you know what I think is possibly going to be good? Because it seems like they're doing it right, is I think the Spider-Man movie. Like, they have those writers.
I feel like that
they
has
got the
potential.
500 Days of Summer writers. They did Fault in Our Stars. Like, they're the right... I can see them really nailing the voice of that character. And, like, that was, to me, like, Civil War is my favorite thing, was the Spider-Man stuff. Which
that was good stuff.
Like, you know, it says something when in this superhero movie, like, the most interesting scene is, like, Tony Stark talking to Peter Parker in his bedroom.
Just try to move the bed.
Yeah. Man, so that's a big poo-poo on Guardians, huh?
Yeah, man. It was just really, like... I didn't think we would be sitting at this table, having this conversation about how much we didn't really care for it.
Can I talk about a movie I saw this
Please
week?
do.
First thing I saw in California, and it's something that I liked quite a bit. Colossal.
Yes, you got it. It was a little extra.
But yeah,
Thank you.
Colossal. Now that's some shit
door?
we'd all like. Did I make that joke enough when I come on the show?
Colossal.
You should do it more.
But Colossal is excellent. Anne Hathaway is great. It's really weird.
Are we talking about Rick's dick or the movie?
Well, Rick's colossal dick is in me as I'm talking about the movie. But yeah, great movie.
This is the door open.
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys should see it. I think
I've never,
I think you would all like
I've
it
never
quite a
even
bit.
heard of it.
It's still playing around here, so
Okay.
just see it.
What's it about? That's
See it.
it?
It's
All right, don't tell me.
about-
Don't tell me.
Yeah, it involves, believe it or not, it deals with alcoholism as well as there's a robot and an alien fight. That's all I'll say.
All
Oh
right.
shit, that sounds
But
dope.
it's a fucking great movie. It's very, very good.
Alcoholism.
Right
and
now it's
robot
my number 2 of the year.
Mm.
But I've seen a lot less movies
I've only
this
seen
year.
one movie this year.
Really?
Is it your number 1?
What, Power Rangers?
No, I haven't even seen that yet.
What'd you see?
Underworld.
Ah, that's right. Oh, I should have known that. Was that really like? That was at that day. Was that just the only theater that was playing that movie, or just
It was
the
playing a
closest?
few, but it was the one that was closest that had the best time and also looked like I was least likely to hit traffic since
Yeah.
it was like towards Orange. And
Right,
I
right,
ended
right.
up getting there like an hour and a half.
God, look at this guy
early.
talking like a local.
I'm a local.
Towards Orange. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's funny.
I'm a local yokel. I'm an Angelino now.
Yeah.
If you're not from here, everything in Southern California is Los Angeles.
Yeah,
That's just the way it is.
San Diego is Los Angeles.
Mhm.
No, seriously.
San
Yeah.
Diego's my favorite part of Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's the best.
By the way, we
Disneyland
gotta
is
go
Los
down
Angeles.
there.
Yeah, we do because we've talked about it so
Yeah,
much. You do
I also
mention it.
kind of feel obligated to go to Disneyland before I leave Rick's because it's so close. Like,
Well, it depends on where you move. You're still gonna be close.
yeah,
Even
but like
in
I feel
LA.
exceptionally close right now. I don't know. When I went to the movies and realized I was basically at Disneyland, I was like, yeah.
Did you guys go to Garden Walk?
Go to what?
Garden Walk?
I didn't go with them.
Oh.
What is that?
Where'd you see it?
I saw it
The
at
Block.
The Block.
Oh, at the Block?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a theater even closer to Disneyland than that.
And then even closer than Garden Walk. If you're
Is
talking
there
about
one
that.
in
Yeah, yeah.
Disneyland yet?
Huh?
What?
Is there one in Disneyland?
No,
Do they have,
There's
like, a
one
downtown
just
Disneyland?
outside
Just outside
downtown
of
Disney.
Disneyland,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Have you
It's-
been to
it's-
Disneyland?
Not since I was a kid, and I haven't been to the California Adventure. That just opened when I was.
Go on a
there.
Sunday,
Mm-hmm.
and because we have me and the family have passes,
Mm-hmm.
and we can go on Sundays because
Oh,
we're
yeah,
cheap and we have the low end pass.
Yeah, I'd rather.
There's also 4 of us, so
and I'd
that's
rather
why
go
we're
with
cheap.
kids anyway. As creepy as that sounds.
No,
but
my
it
kids are
makes it way
my kids are
better.
the fucking worst.
Oh, they suck.
Oh, they're the
Oh,
worst.
fuck that.
They act like they're never gonna get to come back again, even though we've had these passes since they were fucking born.
I never met your kids. What's the deal with that?
You've been out here once?
I've been here a bunch of times.
Yeah,
We
sure.
haven't wanted to talk about it. I haven't met his kids because they're both in juvie.
Appropriate.
Sorry.
Oh, I met someone for the. I guess it shouldn't be that uncommon, but like I was talking to this girl I was giving my like old drum set to, and she was telling me some story about her brother, and it ended with him being in juvie. It's just like I've never met anyone with like a juvie connect because
That's
jail's
hilarious.
one thing because like
Right.
you're old enough to be stupid.
Tried as an
and-
adult.
or- yeah. So like that, like I'm not like put off by, but like something about like this girl's brother, like I don't know if he was in juvie now, but just like I don't know, made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I lived in Jersey. I lived down the street from the State Home for Boys, which is like Rick's seen it. It kind of looks like an old school prison, like from the Shawshank Redemption or something. And every now and then a kid will escape. It's very exciting.
When you were in Jersey, you belonged to the State Home for Men, though,
Yeah,
right?
I would be
So I
a
figured.
State Home for Men.
Yeah.
Clarence Clemens actually worked at the State Home for Boys.
So-
Clarence Clemens, saxophone player, Bruce Springsteen, the E Street Band,
okay,
rest in
cool.
peace.
There's a all-boys juvenile facility that's literally 2 blocks from my house. It's not active anymore.
Sorry, I got very distracted by
Yeah.
this chat. You're going to want to hear it.
So there's a facility that's like 2 blocks from my house.
Yeah.
It's not active anymore, but
Is that where they shot Red State? Is that
Yes,
what I was hearing?
yeah.
That's cool.
yeah, Red State and the Disney movie Prom and a bunch of other movies. There was like 3 or 4 movies filmed simultaneously.
Are you going to tell Mike what it said?
The guy in the black hat looks like Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
Sheeran.
You know, or however you said
Or
Ed Sheeran?
I'm drunk to understand the difference. LOL. You.
I mean,
I mean,
I'll
Ed
take
Sheeran
it.
has fucking red hair and he's got jet black hair, but
They
They
look
can't
the
really
same.
see.
yeah, I guess.
Do you have bad tattoos? That's all
He
I
actually
know
made me
about
think
that guy.
because
I have one
my hair
tattoo.
is more red than
It's-
his, and I'm like, is my hat
So
black?
Where's your tattoo?
Everybody thinks that their first tattoo is terrible. I'm actually okay with mine. 'Cause I don't
Okay.
have one.
Where-
It's on
where
my
is it?
calf, on my left calf.
Nah, it's
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm wearing shorts, but if it'll make you feel better, I will take them off to show you.
I don't think he's a fan.
It doesn't matter. But
I don't think he's a fan of the band.
I don't care.
No, I know, but I think he actually doesn't care for them.
Wait, who?
He's also an asshole.
Oh,
I don't even know
he
who
has the heartogram? Is that it? Okay.
Sharon is.
You don't know who Ed Sheeran is? Oh,
You don't know him by like name?
You know
He's
his
one of those
music.
pop people. Like I would never
Yeah.
recognize his music, but I know his face.
I
and
really dig like his latest like single. I actually like it a lot.
I have no idea.
Let's talk about the Switch.
This is where
This is where you check out.
Yeah.
So, okay. So I told you, we talked about this on the show a little bit.
Every time I see that's back in stock on Amazon, I go and I put it in my cart and I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
Let me know because I've been fucking
let him
trying to
know.
get it.
Dude, I really do. I love the Switch. Even in its state right now, I love the Switch, and I know it's only going to get better. I got Mario Kart.
Of course you
I
did.
got Mario Kart for free, which is good. I
How'd
traded
you
a
do
bunch
that?
of stuff. I traded a
Oh,
bunch of
okay.
games. Traded some
Did you
games.
trade in that fucking Wii U? Get rid of that shit?
I didn't yet, but I'm going to. I was,
do
in
it.
fact, you want to
It's
know?
gone, dude.
No. I was going
It's gonna
to.
keep losing value. You're gonna
Here's-
get like
I know.
$5
No,
for
I
it.
need to. You're right. No, I need to do it. Next time I go back there, I'm going to do it. I was going to do that. And then I'm like, I've got enough stuff I could trade in to where I think I'll be okay. I chose not to because we were about to go out the door. I'm like, I don't feel like going through the process of clearing everything off my Wii U and all this stuff before I do
Right,
it.
right.
All that stuff. I asked the guy when I was there, I'm like, what can I get for my Wii U? It was like 120 in credit, 100 in cash. I'm like, oh, wow, that's actually more than I thought. That was more than I
You
thought.
should have gone back and got it.
No, I know. I'll do, this was like a week ago.
Okay.
So I think I'll still be okay.
It's gonna be like $50.
That would be a bitch, wouldn't it?
But it's going to be because another game is out.
I know, that would suck. Hopefully that's not the case.
Yeah.
But, so I got Mario Kart for free. I wanted to get it regardless,
Of
but I mean,
course.
that was awesome that I got it for free. So I got Mario Kart. Prior to this, though, pretty much like the whole time I hadn't been on the podcast, I was Thimbleweed Park. And then
I figured that.
And just because, like, I beat Thimbleweed Park. I also beat Full Throttle. Like, I was.
Did you get it and beat it too?
I got it and
Sweet,
beat it too.
man.
Full Throttle is pretty short, if I have to be honest with you.
thinking
If you know what you're doing, you can beat it in 5 hours. And here's what I will say. I'm going to talk about that too. So, Thimbleweed Park, I loved. Thimbleweed Park
Is what you wanted.
is honestly like the graphic adventure. Everyone tries to fucking do it. Everyone tries to do it, but that honestly is the closest. Like the thing that Ron Gilbert set out to do when he made that game is he said he wanted to make it feel like it's 1990 or 1992. He wanted to make it feel like it's 1990 or 1992, and you opened up your
Let's
drawer.
be real. They ain't gonna say shit.
Right. And you opened up the drawer and you found a LucasArts game. And it does feel that way. It's not perfect, but it's an awesome jumping off point.
Yeah.
It's like, because there's stuff about it that I'm just like story-wise, that I'm like, I was kind of sad about. But otherwise, the game is like the closest thing, and I fucking loved it.
So, Vinny Carroll from Giant Bomb, you know,
Yeah.
because you watch their stuff a lot. He is the adventure game guy. He loves that stuff.
Yeah.
And he loves Thimbleweed Park.
dude.
He's even said, like, for all its faults, I love this game.
Yeah.
So
I did
Yeah.
too. And it's fucking great. And like I said, what I love about it is I'm like, it's just such a good jumping off point.
yeah.
And I can't wait to see what he does next because he wants to do more stuff. And I'm like, I just want it to do well, and it's great. Full Throttle, I don't want to discourage you from playing it, but in my opinion, did
Doesn't
not
hold up?
age well and doesn't.
This is
it
3D.
doesn't
Is it
hold
3D,
up.
right?
Like,
It's the first 3D
well,
one?
No. Grim Fandango is still the first 3D. one.
Okay.
This
I mean,
still has. Like,
So
the
I'll
thing
even
that's
say
like-
about playing through Grim, like, it even had more of an isometric view than a 3D view.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. So I won't discourage you from playing it because I do think you
so
should.
I'll eventually play it when it goes free on
Yeah.
Plus because I know it will.
Yeah, it will. It absolutely will.
I mean, Grim was one of those games that I couldn't let go by without
No,
playing.
because
and it was free like
and it was free. Yeah,
about
you
a
had
year
to.
after it came out. It was
Yeah.
free, and I was like, yeah, well, already done that. Been there, done that.
Yeah, because you did buy it. You paid. For
Oh
it.
yeah,
you paid
I bought it.
I had to play Grim.
pre-ordered it
for it. Like you know,
digitally, like an
Right.
idiot. Like
When
I don't have
no,
to pre-order something.
exactly.
But I did.
Yeah, I mean, when I first played that game, I obviously didn't know you, but when I did get to know you, I'm like, Mike's gonna love fucking Glottis. Like, I mean, every time I played that game, like, Mike's gonna fucking love Glottis. And I don't even know if that was your favorite character, but at the time, I knew you loved Glottis.
Nah, what's her name?
Yeah.
The coat check girl.
Hi,
Manny! Like, just
yeah,
that character.
exactly.
Like, when I would go, if I had an extended period of time where I didn't play Grim, I would, like, so before I got out of year 2.
Yeah.
So there was that time where I played through most of year 2 with you,
Yeah.
watching me
Yeah.
on stream or share play. Then I think I ended up going somewhere. I think that might have been
Or I
like a
went
Vegas
somewhere.
trip or something that we did, and I ended up not playing it for a couple of weeks. And then when I came back, I was like, well, I just went there and fucking made her say hi, Manny, like 20 times to be like, it feels good. It's hilarious.
No, totally. So full throttle, like I said, I don't want to discourage you from playing it like at all, but for me, it just didn't hold up, and I was kind of disappointed, honestly. I really was.
Yeah, that was inconspicuous as fuck,
Yeah,
Ryan.
totally. I was kind of disappointed. I'm like, dang, I remember this being better. And the thing, that game is so short. Like, if you know what you're doing, you could beat that game in 5 hours or less. I honestly, like, I played it in parts. I beat that game in like 2 or 3 days. So
I think Grimish felt short too, because when I played it in like 2
but
big
it's
chunks.
not, though.
I
But
played it in like 3. I think it was 2 big chunks and 1 small chunk to finish the last year.
We always played together though. It was fun. So pretty much, yeah. Like the last time we recorded, I was talking about playing Zelda and Horizon and back and forth and blah blah blah. And then I really just like, I don't know what it was. It was just because like I hadn't. Thimbleweed Park filled a need that I needed to be filled. And not like I couldn't play another game too, like I could have. But I just focused on Thimbleweed. And so I played that. Then Full Throttle came out and I played that. And like, I don't know what it was. There was something actually like preventing me from wanting to turn on my PlayStation and play Horizon and from wanting to turn on my Switch and play Zelda. Even though I do fucking love the Switch. But I legit went like weeks without playing either of those. Where I was honestly playing both of them kind of pretty legitimately like back and forth.
I went about 2 weeks between plays of Horizon.
I kind of gathered that through listening to the podcast here and there. So I, kind of got a good chunk into, not a good chunk. Like I started Zelda, got off the plateau, got to a village, like got to where I needed to be. Then I played Horizon, did some stuff. Like I'm able to like take over machines and all that.
You got
shit.
off the plateau. You got a mount.
You're
ready.
No, I hear you on that. Absolutely.
Like I'm not saying it because I think those games are the same.
They're similar.
But like there are so many check boxes that Horizon is hitting for me.
Yeah.
That's why when I see the Switch in stock on Amazon, I'm okay with not pulling the trigger.
Right.
Because I'm like, okay,
I hear you.
Zelda's gonna be there.
Yeah.
And if it is what everybody says it is, it's gonna be awesome whenever I play it.
Yeah. No, totally.
So like it's not even one of those things with like, oh, fucking hate Nintendo, because I'm not like that.
Yeah. So
I'm glad the Switch is doing as well.
Dude,
as it is,
I am
3
too.
million units.
I'm so excited.
3.5 million copies of Zelda. Like people
crazy.
are buying more than one copy of Zelda.
Yeah, dude, it deserves it. Like the similarities are definitely there. There's differences. Like for me, I know
there's
I'm not
major differences. I haven't played it, but just as far as Zelda games go, there's major differences.
There's differences. So for me, I know I'm not as far as you, but for me, what I played in Horizon so far, Zelda feels more exploratory to me. Horizon is exploratory too. It is too. But there's something about, I think it's even just how the game is made. There's something different, and maybe I get to places like this in Horizon, but like when I'm in Zelda and I'm just standing on this point and I look out and I'm just like, holy shit, this world is so big, and I'm gonna go over there and here and all this stuff. And maybe Horizon's like that too, and it's fine. I'm sure it is. Yeah. So anyways, I got through this point and kick. And then it really went up to Mario Kart. So like I'm not being biased here. And my mindset at the time was like, you know what? Because it was hard for me going from the Pro controller to the DualShock and like the different things and like going from Zelda to Horizon, and I'm just like, oh, fuck, like these games are similar enough to where this is kind of fucking me up a little bit.
Right.
It really was. But at a time, I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe I'll power through Horizon because. Like, I'm going to Japan at the end of this month for a wedding and all this stuff, and I'm like, because at least I could take Zelda with me. So maybe I should power through Horizon. But then Mario Kart happened, and I started playing Mario Kart, and then I started getting the itch, and here's what kind of gave me the boost, is my brother got a Switch, and he started playing Zelda, and I knew he'd want to talk about it. So I played Mario Kart, and I'm like, I think I want to, like, I was kind of getting the itch. I'm like, I think I want to play Zelda finally. Because for, honestly, like I said, 2-3 weeks, I just wasn't thinking about console games. It was all Thimbleweed. I fucking had to play Thimbleweed. And then Full Throttle came out. Like, I wasn't as excited. I was lukewarm on Full Throttle, but I played it. And I beat it and finished it.
That's interesting because, like, you always have told me, like, you gotta play Grim and you gotta play Full Throttle. You gotta play Grim and you gotta play Full Throttle.
Dude, it's weird. It's surprising.
And, like, Grim, surprisingly, has held up to you.
Yeah.
But Full Throttle not.
Full Throttle doesn't... I don't know what it is, man. It just doesn't fucking hold up. So...
You know, Vinny Caravello was saying the same thing. You know what he chalked it up to?
What?
The animation of the cutscenes and stuff.
Yeah, I think
being so good.
Yeah.
And then transitioning into the game.
Right.
And he said, like, it's the first example of gameplay not living up to the cutscenes.
I would say that. I could see that too. I mean, it's just like, it's weird. I mean, I'm trying to think, like, I was probably, like, barely a teenager. I was pretty young when that game came out, so, like, maybe it just felt bigger and more epic at the time. But it's still a cool fucking game. I'd say experience it, but it just didn't fucking hold up. So, yeah, up until Mario Kart, I was legit just not on a console kick. Like, I don't know what it was. I even thought about it. I'm like, man, I really should be playing Zelda. Everyone says it's great. I really should be playing Horizon. Everyone fucking says it's great. So, playing Mario Kart, like, all of a sudden it was crazy. Like, I had my backup, my power bank with me, and I'm like, I want to see how this goes, because I've heard different things about, like, power bank. My power bank works. There's this whole deal where it doesn't, like, you know...
Oh, you don't have the Anchor, you have the other one, right?
No, I've got a RAV power. And then there's a new one that came out, but, like, basically, like, it doesn't... It'll charge while playing, but it doesn't do the rapid charge or whatever for whatever reason. And that's fine. That's fine. And so I've got it. I'm like, okay, I've got one that works. And it was the first time, honestly, in 2 or 3 weeks where I had pulled the Switch out of the dock, and I'm just like, fuck, this feels nice. As a handheld, I'm like, this is a nice piece of tech, and I still feel that way about the Switch, and it kind of made me like, oh, this is cool.
If and when I end up with a Switch, because I'm sure I will, like, I don't think I'll ever play it in TV mode. You know how I played my Vita.
I hear you. No, I hear you.
I played my Vita.
You might.
Even at home.
You might.
And I had the shit to where I could do it.
Right.
Like, I played my Vita in bed.
Right.
Or sitting on the sofa.
Yeah.
Or
and I get that.
And like,
dude, I totally get that. I think you might though. Like, so for me, when I play Zelda, it's like I still want to play Zelda on a TV, and so, and I'm not that I won't play it handheld, but here's what's happened with, like, so I play Zelda and I played Mario. So, playing Mario Kart. I'm gonna speak to what you just said, and then I'll go back to my story. What does trip me out, even though yes, Zelda was pretty much built from the ground up for the Wii U, so I am excited.
And they took shit out of it,
right?
So it wouldn't feel different on the Switch and the Wii U.
Exactly. Even though the Switch really does have the same motion capabilities, if not more.
It's the inventory screen.
The inventory stuff. Yeah, no, totally. And if it lasts that long, you know, like, who knows? Who knows in this console age? Like, I'm looking forward to a Zelda built from the ground up for the Switch. But it still trips me out because Zelda still, like, in its own way, looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh, it looks awesome.
And so I played on the TV at the first, always. And then eventually I went to bed and I'm playing the Switch and it just, like, that's when it hit me. It really tripped me out. I'm like, holy shit. Like, I've never, ever played a game of this scope, of this size, that looks like this in my hand that I can take anywhere. And that's where it really just hits me. And I know Rick, when he gets one eventually, like, because it's probably the way that I feel now, he's just going to, like, I think your nephew already has it. He's going to dump his 3DS. Because I've heard so many people fucking say that. I've heard Boogie say that. I've heard other high-profile YouTubers say that. I've heard just other people say, it's like, you played the Switch and they went back to the 3DS and they just can't. The screen on the Switch really is gorgeous.
Yeah.
And it really is insane holding a game that looks like that in my hands. It's crazy. So, but I hear you with that. I can see how you'd want to play handheld, but I want to play Zelda, and that Pro Controller is nice. For me, the only flaw of the
on Vita, I played some big games.
No, I got you.
Should have been TV experiences.
Yeah, I got you. I get that.
On like that, like
yeah,
that Uncharted game is so underrated.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, and I wanted it, and I just never pulled the trigger. But
there was so many times like, bro,
I know,
it's on
I should have done it. I should have done it. The only flaw to me of the Pro Controller, and I guess technically the handheld part of it too, is even though it's, for me, it bugs me. I know there's a lot of people that argue it's like, well, they really only use that in racing games, but I wish it was analog triggers. I really do. To me, that's the biggest flaw of the Pro Controller. Yeah. But otherwise, the Pro Controller, I think that's really
the biggest flaw that Nintendo has not embraced.
I don't know why. Yet. Yeah, dude, like to me, they perfected it with the GameCube controller. Those fucking triggers were phenomenal. Like, from them being analog to the point to where there was the point where you could stop and then the click. fuck. Like, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that, and I don't know why they haven't continued to do that. So to me, other than that, though, Pro Controller is phenomenal. So that's why when I'm home, I'm playing Zelda that way until it's like bedtime or whatever, and I'm like, I'm still not done yet. I wanna play it.
Right.
So
you got just the regular one? You didn't get the blue and red one, right?
No, I didn't want the blue
Fuck
and
that
red
blue
one.
and
Yeah,
red.
I just didn't fucking want that one. So
That fucking bright yellow one, though.
yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting for sure.
That's got my interest.
Yeah, that's interesting for sure. So Mario Kart, like I said, it'd been a while since I touched my Switch. I'm like, fuck, this is such a nice piece of hardware. How have I ignored this for so long? I'm like, I realized I was distracted by games on the PC. And so that, started playing Mario Kart. I'm like, I'm going to play Zelda. My brother's playing Zelda. He's kind of lit a fire under my ass. I'm like, I can't let him get too far ahead of me. And so I made the decision. I'm like, you know what? I can't do it. I can't switch between Zelda and Horizon. I just fucking can't do it. It's too hard. It doesn't wrap around my brain. And really, because of my brother and then Mario Kart, I'm playing Zelda. So that's what I'm doing.
And I don't know what the story for Zelda is, but the story for Horizon is so deep, dude.
Yeah.
You've got to just experience
trust me,
that
no.
alone. And I'm sure Zelda's the same way.
Here's what I'll tell you. And here's the problem with Zelda, because Zelda only has partial voice acting.
Yeah.
Like, the big cutscenes have the voice acting. So when I've played Horizon, every time I play that, Annie's been like, when are you playing that Horizon game?
Yeah, Alexis is super into
Yeah.
it, too.
So she's like, are you going to play that game again? Because she could be doing what she's doing. I actually ended up getting her Sims 4, so she's been playing Sims 4. So she'll be on the computer, but she's listening to Horizon. She can't do that with Zelda.
I did a big thing in Horizon.
Yeah.
And Alexis goes, what's going to happen next? I go, let's find out.
Yeah.
I keep playing.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
no, I fucking love that. And so I feel bad, but I'm like, it was this week, really. I made the choice. I'm like, no, I got to just stick with Zelda, and that's what I'm doing. So I've been playing a lot of Zelda lately. Yeah. Not nearly as much. It's almost to the point where we're fucking in May, and I feel like I'm late to the party. Because when I started Zelda, like I said, I got off the plateau, I got to a village, I got an idea of what I was supposed to do, and then I started playing Horizon. Mm-hmm. So I've probably done like 12 shrines. And just last night, I beat my first Divine Beast.
Oh, okay.
I did the first Divine Beast.
You did that pretty quickly.
So I did that pretty quickly. I did 12 shrines, did that. But that game is just so, I don't know how to describe it.
Are you going all endurance? That seems to be the way people are going.
Not
you
necessarily.
Here's why.
I need to. I have upped that. I have upped it.
Why I'll say it. Again, not playing the game, but Jeff Gerstmann said something on a podcast on Giant Bomb that really was like, okay, that's probably the way I'll go to. He goes, look, the shit that's going to one-shot you is going to one-shot you when you have 3 hearts or if you have 10 hearts.
Okay.
But traversal is the important thing.
Yeah.
Go with endurance.
So to answer your question, I guess technically I have been, because the first opportunity I had, I upped my endurance. So that's what I did.
Go for that.
That game just continues to surprise me. I'm playing it and it's crazy. There are moments I've been to this shrine and this shrine and this shrine, and I can fast travel to these shrines now. But there's so many moments where I'm like, no, I just want to walk there, or I want to run there, do this stuff. And as big as massive as that world is, I'm like, what the fuck is that guy doing over there? Or in my head, I'm like, I'm going to go to this village. Or I'm going to go to this forest. And on my way there, I'm like, what's that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see that light in the corner. I'm like, what's that? I need to see. And I'm just like, I fucking love it. That's really what I have been missing from a Zelda game. And we've talked about this on the show because that's what I've been missing for so long. But I loved about the older Zelda games, I love the villages. I love talking to people. The villages in this game are huge. Bigger than I ever imagined they would be. And there's so much you could do in them. And so it's just I told Rick the other night, I was like, dude, I played Zelda last night and the game just doesn't cease to surprise me. And I spent, honestly, 90 minutes. I spent 90 minutes cooking. I'm just I don't have many things. I've got so much stuff right now and I haven't made things. I'm I just cooked. I fucking cooked. I did a couple shrines. I went up a tower and unlocked the map, which I think is cool how they do it in Zelda. It's very interesting. And, you go up the tower and you sink it or whatever, like Assassin's Creed. But it's cool because all it really does...
Have you done a long neck in Horizon?
What's a long neck?
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I have.
It's the same
Rick
thing
will
as a
show
tower.
you.
Okay. Yeah, will he show me?
It's the same thing as a tower.
So, the tower is cool. So, I sink it or whatever, and it's interesting because, basically it makes my map, stuff that was blacked out isn't blacked out anymore. But it doesn't say it's not like Assassin's Creed where it's like, go here for this mission. It doesn't do that. So you still have to explore.
Yeah.
So I like that. So I've done stuff like that. And that sometimes has been my experience. Like, it's so funny. There are times I've heard people complain about this where it's like, fuck, I just played Zelda for like 2 hours.
I didn't do anything.
I didn't do shit. But that's what happens. And so, like, it really just fucking hooked me. Like, it just got me.
I did that a few days ago in Horizon. I was like, all right, I'm going to go do these side quests so I can level up and get this triple shot from my bow and my skill tree.
Yeah.
And then I ended up just going and hunting actual animals for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then after all of that, I didn't even have the parts I needed to upgrade my inventory pouches that I needed to upgrade. So I was like, I didn't waste, but I just spent 2.5 hours doing
I hear you.
Nothing.
Like I said, that's how I felt after. I'm like, I just fucking stood by this campfire and cooked
and
for
then
about 90 minutes.
And then I'm an idiot, and I'm holding on to this fucking boar skin just in case I need it for a next upgrade.
I got you. I totally get that. And so, I don't know, man. It's just like something about it. I'm playing Zelda in the same way. And so, it hooked me. It's like there's so many things. I'm like, I fucking came upon a shrine, and there's this lady. This is gonna be kind of a spoiler, but I'm gonna do it anyway. It's not a main story spoiler, but I just think it's kind of quirky and interesting. Come across the shrine, and the shrine's got a bunch of flowers around it, and there's a lady standing there, and she goes like, I spent all this time, working on these flowers, like all this shit, and she's like, I've worked so hard on these flowers, and so I realized I step on a flower and she gets pissed. And she's like, why could you do that? These flowers, like, why do you not understand? They're living, breathing things. Like, how are you doing this? And so then I realized, like, oh, I got to kind of follow this path where I get to the shrine without touching the flowers. Well, there's little things scattered about around the shrine. There's a weapon. There was, like, a fucking vegetable or whatever that I could use that I'm like, how do I get this without stepping in the flowers? So I fuck up, right? And so I do it the second time, and she gets even more pissed. She's like, how many times? Like, honestly, that's how it felt. It's not, that wasn't voice acting, it was red. So in my head, I'm seeing it, and I'm like, she's like, how many fucking times do I have to tell you? Then the third time, I think it was the third time, she just like, she's hunched over and she's like this, and then I look up and her eyes are like possessed, and she's like, she goes fucking nuts. And she just goes on a tantrum and runs around the whole shrine, and she's so pissed. And when she's done, she's exhausted, and she looks over and she's like, I'm gonna make you feel the rage of the flowers or something like that. And she kicks my ass. Like, no joke, I only have 4 hearts. I had 4 hearts, and she beat me to within an inch of my life. No joke. I had a quarter of a heart left. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, I can't fuck with this girl.
That's another thing these games shares. There's amazingly interesting characters.
Yeah. So it was that stuff, and I'm just like, the game just doesn't cease to surprise me. And so, I beat my first Divine Beast last night, and it was awesome. I came across, on my way to do the Divine Beast, you come across an enemy called a Lionel, which is basically like a centaur.
Yeah.
And the first one, I'm like, this thing is just, I'm like, I can't fucking beat, this thing is just kicking my ass. And like, whatever I do to it, I can't fucking do anything to it. And so my brother had gotten to it too, and I go, what did you do? Did you fight him? Or did you just get the shock arrows that you needed? He's like, I just snuck around and got the shock arrows. And okay, me too. And then I find out that eventually this thing becomes a common enemy in the game. I'm like, oh, fuck off. Because right now this thing is literally just bending me over and raping me.
The first enemy you face outside of the village in Horizon, the Sawtooth.
The Sawtooth.
Yeah.
And now it's common. I know.
That's every fucking where.
Yeah, I know. I did come to a point.
Wait till you get to the Thunderjaws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I did,
I
come to,
and then those become common enemies.
It's retarded. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I did come to a point where I had to fight like 2 or 3 Sawtooth, and I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
It was at the time like I was going to my waypoint or whatever, and then I'm like, oh, here's some big enemies, and then eventually as I'm like, oh fuck, these are Sawtooth. Like, god damn it. So basically my point is, I'm just playing Zelda.
You get to an enemy where your character in Horizon goes, wow, that looks like it can bite 5 Sawtooths in half.
Yeah, alright. Well, I'm anxious to get to that.
Yeah.
But I just made the decision, like I said, I'm like, I can't do this. There's too much in Zelda. There's, like, I'm actually at the point in Zelda where I'm overwhelmed. I'm like, I have side quests that
last time
I'm
we were all
just
together,
like,
I told you, like, bro, just pick one and do it, and then move to the other, because it's not fair.
I can't do it. No, it really isn't. It's not fair. So I chose... I can't say it was the direction I was going to go in, because my mindset was, play Horizon. I can't take Horizon with me. I can take Verizon with me. But I can't take Horizon with me.
Right.
And so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just save Zelda. I can play it on the plane, do all this stuff. But I'm like, no, I just got sucked into it, and so I've been playing that. And I'm just having so much fun with the Switch. I really am. Like, even though there's a lot of things that aren't fleshed out yet, like, it's just a good piece of hardware. And Mario Kart is so fun too. The battle mode was sorely missed and sorely needed. And there's like 8 fucking tracks that are battle tracks. You can play them online too. I can't wait to play with friends. It's kind of awesome that, especially now that I have a Pro Controller, like out of the box, even though, and I played all ways.
Yeah.
It's not the most comfortable, but it does work. The Joy-Cons actually, no, I hear you. I hear you. No, I get it. I get it. And playing this way, it was a little rough, but I did it. I tried all of them. And then I played with both in hand. Like this is comfortable. Holding like this is really comfortable. No, it is. It actually is. Like, it's weird. Like, it's separated, and you still treat it like a controller.
I get you.
And that's fine. Ryan gets it too. Like, I can tell. I can feel it.
Yeah.
I can feel it. But I played all those different ways. But it's cool that, like, out of the box, I could play with 3 people if I wanted to without having to buy an extra controller. So I'm excited.
Definitely, that's pretty cool.
I'm excited to do that too. It's super open.
Use
right?
protection.
Yeah, I should play with 3 people. But basically, I'm having a lot of fun with the Switch. And Zelda has its hooks in me right now.
It seems like Nintendo finally did right by its fans.
So I'm excited. I mean, like, and the OS is fucking great. Like you said, it reminds you of the PS4, and it totally does. Yeah. And it's really snappy. I mean, I'll just sit here. What's cool about it too is like I'll and I know Rick is interested in this too, but like I'll sit here and press the home button for a second. It's like, do you want to close the software or do you not want to close it? Like you do other stuff.
Yeah.
Or like it's simple. Like, you know, Brian will be like, hey, I'm gonna go to bed. I'm like, oh, okay, fuck it, that's fine. Literally, I don't do anything. I grab the thing, I go to bed, I press the L and R button, it's done. It's just fucking done. It's so quick. So I'm just having a good time. So that's what I've been playing, and Zelda just has its hooks in me right now.
For
big
sure.
time. I finally, because it's a fucking bitch. Like, for the longest time, I'm sitting here exploring Zelda, and I had fucking 30 rupees. I'm like, what the fuck? And then finally, I'm like, okay, I've got a lot of gemstones and stuff. I sold those, so now I've got about 2,000 from selling stuff. Okay. It is a bitch to get rupees, though. But I still haven't really spent a lot of money on things yet. But now I've got money. So, yeah, last night, I went to the Zora domain, which was ridiculous. I'm going to the Zora domain, and I kind of just randomly uncovered it. And I'm like, I don't even know if I'm ready for this yet. My brother, it's funny, like, he got the game after me. And isn't really that much further than me. He was like, oh, I found the Master Sword. I'm like, you fucking found the Master. It's true. People who talk about playing Zelda, you could talk about it because your experiences are all different. Like, I'm like, I haven't found the Master Sword yet. I haven't done this
There was a funny thing, like, I think that John Baum did a quick look. Mm-hmm. And Dan had already put, like, 90 hours into the game so he could review it.
Yeah.
Before it came out.
Yeah.
And then it came out, and so they're doing the quick look. And he was using his same, like, 90-hour file because he didn't want to show any, like, story spoilers.
Right,
so he wanted to use a file that was deep and then go back and show some early stuff.
Yeah.
And, like, apparently he found a shrine really close to the plateau that had, like, some really high-level weapons. And he was like, have these just been here the whole fucking time and I missed them on my playthrough? And then Jeff Gerstmann on the podcast the next week goes, yeah, those are there the whole fucking time. I got those right away off the plateau.
It's so funny.
Like, it's just, And
that's what's interesting. Like, my brother texted me there. He's like, I know you really can't Breath of the Wild, but how far did you get? I'm like, well, I've done this. I'm like, I just found the Zora domain. They want me to go after the Divine Beast, but I don't know if I'm ready for it yet. And, like, it was actually funny. Like, on the way to go to the Zora domain, they're like, you gotta go here. And it's like, don't worry, you're almost there. Seriously, 20 minutes later, I'm sitting there walking and traversing and doing all this stuff, fighting enemies. I get there, it's like, you're now at the halfway point. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And so then I go another fucking 10 or 15 minutes, and they're like, you're almost there. I'm like, I thought you were going to tell me that I was there. It took me like 45 minutes to get the Zora domain. Like, legit. I was stopped and did other stuff, died.
I know where I'm at now.
Yeah.
Like, Horizon, I know location now.
Yeah.
Which is awesome, but also kind of a bummer because it's not what I thought it was.
Yeah. But
then, like, knowing where I am, it makes so much more sense with knowing where you are.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, I don't want to say, again, this is a game that's been out for a while. People beat it or whatever, but like,
I'm playing.
It's one of those things where, like, when you find out where you are, you're like, holy shit, that makes so much sense.
That's cool. I'm excited. But yeah, man. Anyways,
Yeah.
I've been having fun with the Switch. I can't wait till both of you get one. I'm excited for you to get one. I like you're like it's
My money's
insane.
ready. I just gotta
When
find one.
Mario fucking
Odyssey.
Odyssey
Yeah.
is bundled in this holiday season,
I hear
I'll
you.
probably get it there.
Dude, it's so good, and Mario Kart is fucking awesome. Like it's fun. Like yeah, like I played it on the Wii U. I had it on the Wii U, but like it really is just a better experience.
And,
It
and the
looks
little
fucking
bit of time I had
gorgeous.
with Mario Kart, like I got into that so hard
Yeah.
real quick when I played it at your house on the Wii U.
Yeah. It, dude, and
I
it
was like,
actually
yo, check out my drifting. Woo!
Right.
And now there's like an extra level of drifting,
yeah.
of speed you get, speed boost you
Yeah,
get.
dude,
Like,
it's awesome, and I know they didn't do much.
mm.
They did a little, and it looks fucking gorgeous on the Switch. And then like having that in the handheld, like
Yeah.
it's insane.
Did
It's
you
a
end up
trip.
watching the Greg Miller Money Game?
I did. I saw that.
How do
I don't-
How the fuck did he win?
I
that?
have no fucking idea. Like I watched that, I'm just like, what the fuck?
A blue
He got
shell
raped.
and 5 red shells.
5 red
on the
shells.
last corner.
And he stands up. I'm like, holy shit, Zyger's gonna fucking beat him.
Yeah.
It was insane, but. I'm having fun with the Switch. I can't wait till you guys get one. I mean, the fact that we could, if we had 8 friends that had a Switch, we could do 8 fucking local player on playing Mario Kart.
Can you do 8?
Yeah,
I thought it was only 4.
8.
Is it 8? Okay.
8.
I thought
You
it was
can
4.
do
All right.
8 if you all have a Switch.
That's
you
awesome.
could do an 8.
So similarly to you, like right before we left for Alexis's birthday trip,
Yeah.
Ben was like, "Hey, I got refunded my money for Fractured But Whole because apparently it's like indefinitely delayed." And I was like, "Yeah, it ain't coming out till way later." So they just sent out pre-order refunds to everybody.
You too?
Oh, I did mine way earlier.
Okay.
Because I wanted to get Mafia. Remember?
Yeah.
So, but Ben goes, "So I've got $60 in my account online, which I guess is Get Horizon."
Yeah,
Get
I saw
Horizon,
him
Get
playing
Horizon,
it.
Get
I
Horizon.
saw him playing it.
And then he's like, okay, so he got Horizon, and then for a couple of days he put some work in, and then stopped and hadn't played it for a while. And then our cousin Cameron was like, "Hey Ben, I want to try Horizon, can I?" And Ben goes, "Yeah, sign into your account on my PlayStation, start your own save."
Mm-hmm.
Cameron just started a new game on Ben's account and wiped his progress.
Oh shit.
So
Oh shit.
yeah, but he wasn't that far in.
Okay.
But this week, Ben has been putting in work, and now he's ahead of me. And I was like,
yeah.
"Fuck!"
See, that's what happened
So
to my brother.
I've been putting in work on Horizon.
Yeah.
And then it sucks because like, I don't want to rush through this story because it's an amazing story,
It's
and
great.
the stuff I'm learning is fucking awesome. And
Yeah.
where you are makes complete sense and all that stuff. But now I've done 2 cauldrons, so I can override big machines.
Right.
And I'm gonna start on a 3rd cauldron tonight. But so the whole map is covered in cloud, as you saw.
Yeah.
And then you go to this area where they send you there on a mission, and then you'll get this mission, and you encounter a tall neck, which is essentially a fucking dinosaur, tall ass dinosaur.
Okay.
And you get up there, and you take their data, and it opens up the map and shows you little things like,
Gotcha.
here's a settlement, and you go to that settlement, check it out. Once you get there, here's a bunch of shit you can do.
Cool.
So it meets that middle ground between most games and Zelda, to where it's like, it opens the map up and goes, here's some points of interest. Then when you go to those points of interest, you realize there's so much more
to
here
do.
to do. Then I've moved on, so almost the whole map is uncovered for me now. And I'm so deep into the story, but I don't want it to end, so I'm purposely trying to do all these side quests that I've already been doing, but the world and the characters, like, you come into contact with some characters, and it's like, all right, the characters that they take the time to voice act and animate are so interesting. And it's a matriarchal society, so it's kind of run by women, as you've seen.
Right.
But when you go into these towns and you find a woman that runs a forgery, and the way she talks, it's like, yeah, this is a female character, but she's gonna talk like somebody that's seen some shit in a forgery.
Yeah.
She's not gonna be dainty or, quote, ladylike. She's gonna talk like somebody who's worked in a forgery her whole life. So it's like, it's kind of jarring, but at the same time, it's like, good on you, Gorilla, because you took something that could have been patronizing and you made it what it should be.
Yeah.
But you come into contact with so many great characters and so many different types of machines, and good and bad humans, and you learn so much about what happened to the world that it just slowly uncovers. And there's a very particular mission that I can't wait for you to get to, because I got actual chills from listening to some of the audio logs, because it was just so like, oh man, this is what the fuck happened here?
Yeah.
And then you find out what happened there, and you're like, God damn, that's just insane.
That's awesome.
And yeah, the skill tree I've gone down, so now I can knock 3 arrows at a shot, and so I can take down bigger beasts with one shot instead of just, oh God, I gotta keep pulling and pulling and pulling.
Because so far in mine, I'm pretty level. I don't know if it stays that way, but I kind of like have something going on each thing.
Yeah, I definitely did that too. Like, there's a trophy for unlocking all the skills.
Yeah.
But I started
you
going
eventually
down.
Picked one.
Yeah, I started going down the forger route right away, because like, well, that's gonna give me more stuff. I'm gonna be able to make more inventory. I'm gonna be able to hold more inventory. And it's like, oh fuck, the combat gets crazy. So let me go into this area so I can have the heavy strike and the heavy strike plus. And it's like, well, fuck, I want to stealth some of this shit. So now I need to go down this tree, because I want to get the better handling on the bows, and I want a double shot, and I want a triple shot. Yeah. So it's one of those things where you'll end up picking a branch to go down, and then you'll be like, fuck, I should have been putting powers here. And you'll be like, shit, I should have been putting them over here. It's just like,
I just haven't hit that yet.
Yeah,
okay.
It's awesome, man. Like, you're gonna
excited.
love it. You're going to love
I know,
it.
I'm going to. I like what I played so far. I can't, it's so hard to do the back and forth.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I told you that the last time you said it. I said,
and I just couldn't do it. I thought I could at first, and then I just couldn't. And then my brother kind of is who
pushed you.
Yeah, I'm like, all right. And then Mario Kart, because that's the first time I really had touched the Switch in a while.
Yeah.
So
other than Horizon, I've been playing Darksiders, the original Darksiders, because there was a humble bundle with a bunch of old THQ games, and then like all those adventure games you were talking about. So I technically own all those, like the Deponia series. I can play them.
Yeah, that's cool.
So
I'll
have to check those out.
Here's what I'll say about Deponia. Like, I don't know if you'll like it. For me, I feel like it scratches an itch for someone like me who's a fan of that genre.
Yeah.
I don't think they're perfect. They're okay.
Yeah.
They're fun. I still haven't played the last one. Yeah, I don't know. Like, they're fun. Right. But, like, I mean, I have the last one available to me, and I could play it, but I haven't yet. So, I mean, I don't know if that tells you everything you need to know. That's how, I don't know. But they're cool.
Yeah,
it's different. It's different.
But yeah, so I've been playing Darksiders, and I played a little bit of Destroy All Humans for PS2, because that was one of the games that came in that bundle.
That's what he was pumped about.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, you gotta play Darksiders.
Yeah. Are you excited about Darksiders 3?
Yes and no. Yes and no. If the game actually lives up to the ending of Darksiders, if this game and then subsequent future Darksiders games, which I don't know if they'll be, if it lives up to the tease at the end of the first game, then yeah. But I played a little bit of Darksiders 2, and I really didn't like the change in combat and the change in style. I see what they were going for.
Right.
The first one was like, hey, you know that Zelda game you've been wanting for the last decade? Here's that. Yeah. And then, like, Darksiders 2 was like, hey, you know that Diablo game you've been wanting for the last decade? Oh, fuck, Diablo 3 came out. Shit. Like, so it was like a loot-based RPG game. And this game is, the company, the people that are developing it are a lot of the same people that were on the first Darksiders. So I don't want it necessarily to go back to that. I kind of like the idea of 4 different styles of game for the 4 different horsemen of the apocalypse. Yeah. And then bringing them all together in a dream game in the 5th game where it's a party system thing.
That'd be cool.
But who knows? Right. We'll see.
By the way, I just want you guys to know, it's been hard concentrating on Mike and seeing Brian DePiero over there in the reflection. I want you to know, I want to recognize that I do see Brian watching over us. He's a beautiful man.
Gorgeous.
So,
but yeah, video game wise, I mean, there's not a lot of stories to talk about. There's always stories to talk about, but
and E3 will bring more stories.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd like to talk about a game I've been playing a bit. Words with Friends.
Yeah.
I've been playing with Bryce only.
Play with me.
Okay. And it's.
Well, Bryce and Dan Herman cheat their asses off.
I do not cheat.
Well, Bryce accused me of cheating once.
Like, the first time I did accuse him of cheating.
Yeah, because basically.
But we know for a fact Dan had to be cheating the first couple times we played him.
Well, that's because Herman doesn't have that good of a vocabulary.
No, we know that.
By the way, he celebrated to me when he's like, I beat Ryan. I was
Yeah,
like, oh,
but like usually
congratulations.
not. This isn't to sound cocky. With you, it's not as true. But like if I don't do well in that game, it's usually because I'm like taking a shit and just want to like make a move.
Right.
You could tell when I'm putting effort into it because that's usually when I win.
Right.
But yeah.
I go through
I
phases.
think you and I are a good matchup.
I'm like, I want to put in effort, and then I'm like, but I need these points.
Yeah, you can tell when I'm at work because that's like when I put in the most effort.
Right.
When I'm working and I have nothing else to do other than
Yeah.
I'll start a game with you later.
All right.
Did you? I logged into that account with my Facebook account. So.
Okay. Yeah, I'll find.
Yeah.
You'll find me.
Okay.
You'll find me.
All right.
I remember when
My-
Bryce started playing, I'm like, who the fuck is Breezy? Like, I was like, is this some girl that like I cybered with when I was in 8th grade? Like, what is the deal?
They call me Breezy.
I call you. Bruce.
Yeah, Mike calls me Breezy.
Like,
My thing keeps telling me that you guys are both playing like fucking. Are you guys playing anything else? What's it like? Are you playing anything besides words right now? Okay, then it's a lie.
what else wrong?
I was gonna say like Bobble or Bog. I don't know.
Scramble, I'm
Scram-
like a
something?
part of, or whatever that's called.
I remember
but,
that.
No,
I don't play it
Okay.
anymore.
Words is the only thing I play, and the only other mobile game I play is WWE Champions.
Yeah,
and I'm still
yeah.
playing that like 3 months later. It's good.
I need to play that.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
So that's the show.
Yeah.
Is that
I'd
some
say
shit
so.
we like?
Did I give you
some
enough
shit we
Zelda
didn't
talk
like.
for? I don't know if you were paying attention.
I did for the most part.
Okay,
Hey, can I make a PSA?
go for it.
Hold on.
PSA, Better Call Saul, the last few episodes have been very strong, like Breaking Bad level strong.
Cool. I'm
And,
behind.
and also, if you're someone like me who put off watching 30 Rock for some reason, it's pretty good. It's a good time.
All right.
Yeah, just
Good
wanted to
to
get
know.
that out
I
there.
don't know.
There's a lot of good
Put it
TV.
off.
I need to finish season 2 of Saul. Like I'm like
Mm.
I have 3 episodes left, and I have to start the new season.
It's this weird thing where
So I'm
every year
excited.
I kind of forget about it between seasons entirely.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then I come
yeah.
back and I'm like, oh, this is actually very good. But
Yeah.
the last couple episodes in particular,
I
have
can't
been
wait.
Incredible.
Because I was into what I was
Yeah.
like where I got, and now I know it's on Netflix, so I'll finish
Yeah.
that, and then I have them
Like,
recorded.
I guess while I'm at it, Leftovers, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Last Man on Earth, Veep, Silicon Valley, all having strong seasons right
Silicon Valley has been. I mean, have you
Yeah.
been watching? You need to watch. You're 2 episodes in, dude. Log into my
now.
HBO
You
Go.
sick F.
Silicon Valley, like, sorry, I'm gonna talk for a second. Like, when that show ends, I don't want it to be over. Like, they always leave me waiting for more, especially this season.
Yeah.
So I've been enjoying it so far. 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think that show keeps getting better.
it's really fun.
And Veep somehow has remained strong.
I haven't watched Veep.
It's great.
Yeah, and I like her, so
Yeah.
So that's the show.
yeah.
Take us away.
All right, Mike, you do it.
All right. If you want to send us any kind of feedback or just talk to us or at us,
Dick
you can
pics.
get it at Some Shit We Like on Twitter, SSWL Network on Facebook, SSWL Network on Twitch. YouTube is also SSWL Network. Some Shit We Like. We gotta fix that. We gotta make things simple. And on Instagram is at SSWL Network also. So.
All the links below.
Yeah, hit us up on there. Talk to us. Leave some comments. Leave some feedback. Tell us what you like, what you don't like. Producer, I'm not talking to you. Yeah, until next time.
That was some shit you like.
Something fun.